Hey guys, welcome to Fanfic Fanatics. So in today's video we are gonna see, what if Deku became singer and made girls fall for him? Movie. Before starting, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you are interested in MHA fanfictions. This story is The Singing Glitching Hero by ZW7567. Now without wasting any more time, let's dive in. It was night time at UA High School, with the students and teachers having a karaoke night, with a lot of students and teachers singing their favorite songs, including Koikajiro, who is currently on stage. Everyone was having a good time, with everything seeming fine until laughing could be heard. Izuku Midoriya was currently setting with his friends Tenya Lita and Shoto Todoroki, as Ochako Uraraka and Tsuyu Asui were currently setting with the other girls of Class 1A. Izuku is enjoying the show, but his mind is elsewhere. Because just this morning he received a text from none other than Melissa Shield, the blonde girl he met during his trip with All Might to Island. But it didn't exactly go to plan, because All Might's friend David Shield, who was Melissa's father, had hired several villains, including one called Wolfram, to steal a powerful device that could amplify a person's quick. But Wolfram betrayed David and took the device for himself. Luckily Izuku together with All Might was able to defeat Wolfram and save Melissa and her father. And now Melissa has reached out to him, explaining that a battle tournament would be happening soon on the island and that he should come participate, and after talking with his mother, All Might, Mr. Aizawa and the rest of his teachers, they agreed, and Tomro Izuku, his mom and All Might will leave for Island. However, there would also be someone else coming along, Eri, the little girl that he and Mirio rescued from Overhaul. The leader of the Shi Hasaikai, whose quirk has the power to rewind individuals. Izuku and Eri have become closer, and Eri is slowly beginning to come out of her shell, and now that he and Mirio successfully made her smile during the school festival, she is slowly but surely recovering. So Mr. Aizawa asked that he take Eri with him on his trip to Island, believing that seeing more of the world would help her, and Izuku of course agreed, and he's excited to show her all the different sights on the island, including the expo, and will maybe even take her to the beach. Izuku smiles as he looks back to the stage to see Tetsu singing a song together with Kirishima, as a group of students behind the stage, including Katsuki Bakugo, Shiro Honta, Denki Kaminari and Minoru Mineta laugh. Man, I can't wait to see the look on Midoriya's face after this. Kaminari says as Bakugo fills a box with paper strips. I don't know about this, guys. You sure this is a good idea? Shiro asks. Shut up Tapearms. I can't wait to see Deku's face when he's caught off guard. He'll probably piss his pants. Bakugo says with a huge grin on his face. Later that night, it was almost the end of karaoke night, as the 18+ hero Midnight comes on stage. Alright everyone. The votes are in on the student everyone wants to see perform. Whoever is selected must sing the final song to end off karaoke night. Midnight says as Snipe brings out the box, as Midnight searches randomly and pulls out the paper slip. And the winner is Izuku Midoriya. Midnight yells, shocking everyone, but no one was more shocked than Izuku himself. Wait, WHAAAAA, was all Deku could say. Ms. Midnight, there has to be some sort of mistake. Izuku yells, sorry handsome, but your name is the one I picked. Now come on up here and give everyone a show. Midnight says. Izuku gulps, now on stage, shaking, nervous and sweating, only thinking, how the hell can I get out of this? Down in the audience, the girls of Class 1A look at the nervous boy as if he's about to pass out from stage fright, as they wonder who voted for Izuku. How did Deku end up like this? Ochako asked, turning to her friends Momo Yaoyorozu, Koikajiro, Tsuyu Asui, Toru Hagakuri, and Mina Ishido, who all fell bad for the boy, turning to see Bakugo and some of the boys snickering. I should have known they would try something. Momo says, angry as she and the others sat with scowls on their faces, because in truth they had all devolved feelings for Izuku, though only Ochako's was known to them. Izuku still stands on stage, nervous, looking to see Bakugo and his friends laughing at him. Angered Izuku sighs, relaxing his nerves as he adjusts the microphone, and then Izuku started singing. When can we do this again? When can I see you again? When can we do this again? When can I see you again? When can we do this again? When can I see you again? Switch on the sky, and the stars glow for you. Go see the world, 'cause it's all so brand new. Don't close your eyes, 'cause your future's ready to shine. It's just a matter of time before we learn how to fly. Welcome to the rhythm of the night. There's something in the air you can't deny. It's been fun, but now I've got to go. Life is way too short to take it slow. But before I go and hit the road, I gotta know, till then, when can we do this again? Oh oh, 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 when can I see you again? Oh oh, 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 when can we do this again? Oh oh, 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 I gotta know, when can I see you again? When can I see you again? Joined at the hip, yeah, your sidekick needs you. Life is a trip, and the road map leads you. Look all around at the mountains you haven't climbed. It's just a matter of time before we learn how to fly. Welcome to the rhythm of the night. There's something in the air you can't deny. It's been fun, but now I've got to go. Life is way too short to take it slow. But before I go and hit the road, oh, you know, I gotta know, till then, when can we do this again? Oh oh, 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 when can I see you again? Oh oh, 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 when can we do this again? I gotta know, when can I see you again? Bakugo's jaw hits the floor as everyone else jumps up from their seats dancing while others like Mr. Aizawa and Shoto Todoroki tap their feet, snap their fingers as Izuku continues to sing. Don't close your eyes, cuz your future's ready to shine. It's just a matter of time before we learn how to fly. Welcome to the rhythm of the night. There's something in the air you can't deny. So let me know before I wave goodbye. When can I see you again? Oh oh, 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 when can we do this again? Oh oh, 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 when can I see you again? Oh oh, 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 when can we do this again? Oh oh, 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 yeah, it's been fun, but now I've got to go. Life is way too short to take it slow. But before I go and hit the road, tell me when can I see you again? When can I see you again? Tell me when can I see you again? Izuku finishes the song as the gym goes silent until, way to go Deku, Ochako yells, cheering her crush on as the whole gym erupts in cheers. Izuku smiles, embarrassed, rubbing the back of his head as he bows, going off stage only to bombarded with questions from his classmates. Midoriya, that was so manly bro. Kirishima says. Deku, that was amazing. Ochako says as she and the other girls get closer to Izuku. So close. Izuku says, blushing embarrassed. How many instruments can you play? Koika asks, amazed by how good Izuku sang. Good question. I can play drums, guitar, bass, piano, trumpet, a few others as well, but it's more a hobby than something I want to do as a profession. Besides, I still want to be the world's greatest hero like All Might. He says, smiling, making Koika blush. Wow, this is new. She thinks, smiling, feeling her heart beating faster than normal, though all the girls' hearts were beating faster after hearing Izuku sing. In the back of the stadium setting with the second-year students, the girl with pink hair, Fuamawata, stares at Izuku with a huge blush on her face. She had developed a small crush on him since his fight against Todoroki during the sports festival, and hearing him sing just made her fall for him even more. The big three, Mirio Tagata, Tamaki Imajiki and Nijire Hado, also cheer from their seats. Haha, seems like Midoriya is showing more of his hidden talent. That guy is full of surprises. Mirio says. Tamaki nods, just wanting to go home as Nijire looks at Izuku dreamily. Amazing, she says softly. The next morning, almost done packing, young Midoriya, Toshinori asks, entering his successor's room once again, seeing all the posters and action figures of himself when he could still use his muscle form. Still have to find a place to hide all my music. I don't want someone coming in and finding them while I'm gone. I see. Alright, I'm going to go meet up with your mother, and Mirio and his friends have brought Eri. Okay, All Might, I'll join you in just a second. Izuku says, smiling. All Might returns the smile, rubbing his successor's green hair before leaving as Izuku hides the music under his bed. Alright, this is it. Time to go back to Island and GAHHH, ARG. Izuku suddenly feels intense pain as electricity surges through his body as OFA activates in his fingers, sending a small energy wave, as his eyes glow a bright green before returning to normal. Ouch! What the? Izuku asks, holding his fingers, relieved that they're not broken but surprised by what just happened, looking at his body to see nothing out of the ordinary. That was strange, he says before leaving to join his mother, All Might and Eri, unaware that he had just suffered a glitch because of something that should never have happened long ago, and that he will suffer more of them while on Island until they eventually kill him. Shoto Todoroki had woken up early that morning as he was getting ready to go visit his mother together with his sister and brother as Midoriya suddenly runs past him holding a suitcase. "Midoriya, where are you going?" Todoroki asked. "Oh, good morning Todoroki. I'm going with All Might and my mom back to Island. I got an invitation to participate in the fighting tournament coming up." "Oh, I see. I was hoping you could come with me to see my mom. Me, Fuyumi and Natsuo are going to go visit her, and sis has both been asking about you," he says, shocking Midoriya. "Yes, she has," Izuku asked with a light blush, remembering how she thanked him for being Todoroki's friend. "Thank you for being Shoto's friend, Midoriya," she said, taking his hand as Izuku blushes from the memory. Shoto smiles. He's well aware that his sister developed a crush on Midoriya and he's been working on a plan to get them together, and that plan is for Izuku to sing to her. He was one of 4 UA students that knows Izuku can sing and that he makes songs. "You know it's only a matter of time before they know you make music, right?" he asked, concerned. "Yeah, I know, but for now, I'd rather keep it a secret. I don't want any unwanted attention. I've got all the CDs under my bed. Oh, I gotta get going. See you next week Todoroki. Tell your family I said hey," Izuku says, running out of the dorms. "I will," Todoroki says, smiling, watching Midoriya leave the dorms and go outside to meet with All Might and his mom, making Todoroki wonder if Midoriya is in fact All Might's secret love child, as he pulls a notebook out of nowhere and starts adding to his notes about Izuku's and All Might's relationship. "One day Midoriya, one day I will prove to everyone that All Might is your secret dad," he thinks as he heads back to his dorm room to get his things before going to meet with Fuyumi and Natsuo. With Izuku walks out of Heights Alliance to see All Might talking with his mom along with Mirio, Tamaki and Nejire together with Eri. "Mr. Deku, you're here," Eri says, running to him as Izuku gets on one knee and embraces the little girl. "Hey Eri," Izuku says before releasing from the hug as he looks up at Mirio, Tamaki and Nejire. "Hey Midoriya, so you're going to Island for a week?" Mirio asks. "Yep, but only because I got an invitation to participate in the fighting tournament, and I thought it would be good for Eri," Izuku says. "I know man, just keep her safe and try not to sing too much, you might end up making all those girls out there fall for you," Mirio jokes. What do you mean?" Izuku stutters, blushing up a storm. "Hey relax man, I was just kidding, go have a good time, and do your best in that fighting tournament, we'll be rooting for you. Got to go. See you later Eri, have fun with Deku," Mirio says, giving Eri a fist bump and waving goodbye to Izuku. Izuku waves goodbye but then feels something soft on his cheek as he sharply turns to Nejire Hato, who smiles at him with a blush on her face. "Bye Izuku," she says before turning to join her 2 best friends. Izuku then realizes that Nejire had just kissed him on the cheek as his face explodes in red as Eri wakes confused, not understanding because Nejire gives her kisses before bed. "Are you ready Izuku?" Inko asks, picking up Eri. "Why yeah, let's get going," Izuku says, trying to not faint, as he loads up his and Eri's luggage, putting in the back of the car, and getting in the back next to Eri. "Are we all ready?" All Might asks with a huge grin. "Ready, Izuku," Inko and Eri yell, excited as All Might begins driving them to the airport. "Hey young Midoriya, why don't we put on one of your songs?" All Might asks. "Sure. I thought we might want to listen to a few, so I brought a few tracks with me," Izuku says, smiling, handing his mom one of the tracks. "What song is it?" Eri asked, curious. "This song is called You're Welcome. I think you'll like it Eri," Izuku says as the track starts playing. Okay, I see what's happening here. You're face to face with greatness, and it's strange. You don't even know how you feel. It's adorable. Well, it's nice to see that humans never change." Izuku smiles, watching as Eri swings and kicks her feet, swaying her head left and right to the song. "Open your eyes, let's begin. Yes, it's really me, it's Maui. Breathe it in, I know it's a lot. The hair, the bod. When you're staring at a demigod. What can I say except, you're welcome. For the tides, the sun, the sky. Hey, it's okay. You're welcome. I'm just an ordinary demi-guy. Hey, what has 2 thumbs and pulled up the sky? When you were waddling yay high. This guy. When the nights got cold. Who stole you fire from down below? You're looking at him, yo. Oh, also I lassoed the sun. You're welcome. To stretch your days and bring you fun. Also I harness the breeze. You're welcome. To fill your sails and shake your trees. So what can I say except you're welcome? For the islands I pulled from the sea. There's no need to pray, it's okay. You're welcome. Ha, I guess it's just my way of being me. You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, come to think of it, kid, honestly I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was Maui just messing around. I killed an eel, I buried its guts, sprouted a tree, now you got coconuts. What's the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on a breakaway. And the tapestry here on my skin is a map of the victories I win. Look where I've been. I make everything happen. Look at that mean mini Maui just tickety tappin'. Ha 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 ha. Hey. Well, anyway let me say, you're welcome, you're welcome. For the wonderful world you know. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome, you're welcome. Well, come to think of it, I gotta go, hey. Hey, it's your day to say, you're welcome, you're welcome. 'Cause I'm gonna need that boat. I'm sailing away, away, you're welcome, you're welcome. 'Cause Maui can do anything but float. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, and thank you. The song ends as everyone claps for Izuku. I must say young Midoriya that was impressive. Thanks all might, Izuku says before turning to Eri. What did you think of it Eri? Izuku asked. Mr. Deku that was amazing. Eri says smiling melting Izuku's heart. She's so adorable, he thinks as they finally arrive to the airport with Eri amazed by all the airplanes. What are those? Eri asked. Those are airplanes sweetie, they fly in the air and take you to all kinds of different places. Inko says. Where are we going? She asked. We're going to Island, where one of my best friend and his daughter live, I'm sure Melissa will love to meet you. Toshinori explains as he parks the car as they unload all the luggage. She won't hurt me, will she? Eri asked nervous holding Izuku's hand. No Eri, Melissa is a good person, she's even helped me before, I'm sure you'll love her. Izuku explains. Okay daddy, Eri says shocking everyone. Did Eri just call me daddy? Izuku yells internally. All Might is shocked while Inko is crying tears of joy happy she's now a grandmother and begins hoping her son will get a girlfriend, maybe more and give her lots of grandbabies. Eri why did you call me daddy? Izuku asked. Because you take care of me, and teach me, and because you're my daddy. Eri says. Izuku smiles hugging her tightly. Then I guess you're my daughter now, I love you my little unicorn. I love you too daddy. Eri says smiling hugging him back making Inko and All Might smile at the sight before they begin holding hands as they walk inside the airport. Back at Heights Alliance, Ochako Uraraka woke up with a mission. This is it, today I finally tell Deku how I feel. She says determined, after watching him sing last night, she dreamt that Izuku sang to her, before they got married, adopted Eri and had kids together but all of a sudden she bumps into Momo Yaoyorozu. Yaomomo. What are you doing here? Ochako asked. I was just coming to check on Izuku, is he in his room? Momo asked surprising Ochako. Why do you want to know? She asked getting jealous. Oh, I'm come to tell Izuku I've fallen hard for him. She says blushing. You what? Ochako yells. Hey, what are you two talking about? Mina asked with Koika, Suyu and Toru behind her. Oh I'm just here to tell Izuku I've fallen in love with him. Momo says smiling with a blush. Huh, the other girls yell, but I thought you had a crush on Todoroki. Mina asked. Well I did at first, but over the past few weeks Izuku really grew on me, he even helped me clean up after class despite not being class president anymore, and when I heard him sing last night, I knew he was the one. Momo says. Wait so why are you four here? Ochako asked. Mina, Toru, Suyu and Jiro all blush with Ochako immediately understanding. Damn it. Dose every girl in the school like Deku. She yells internally not knowing that was in fact the case. Well if you all would please excuse me, I'm going to go confess to Izuku now. Momo says trying to leave only to be stopped by Ochako. Oh no you don't, Yaomomo, you know I've had a crush on him for months now. I know but you never told him, so I thought I should go on and tell him, try to stop me. Momo says with a cold voice. Like hell you are. He's mine. Ochako yells. Hey, who said he was either of yours? Izuku was pretty hot last night and I want a piece of that. Sue. All the girls yell shocked. What? It's mating session and Midoriya went and sang. I know it's not how I act normally but I want him as well. She says as Mina goes to Izuku's door to find a note. Girls. Come here and see this. Mina yells as the girls stop fighting and come over to read what the note says. Dear everyone. I'm going back to Island with All Might, my mom and Eri to see Melissa and her father and fight in this year's fighting tournament. I had to leave early so I couldn't say goodbye, but I'll keep in touch. See you guys when I get back. Izuku Midoriya. All the girls frown in disappointment but are excited to watch Izuku fight in an event similar to the sports festival as Bakugo walks out of his room. What the hell are you extras doing here? This is our side. He yells. The girls frown glaring at him. Deku left this morning for Island. He's going to be fighting in a tournament similar to the sports festival. Ochako says. What? Not only can that bastard ding, but he gets to go fight. I'm the one who should be there. Angry that Bakugo is talking bad about their green-haired cinnamon roll, Momo decides to taunt him. You sound jealous, Bakugo. Shut up, Ponytail. I am not jealous of that wimp, but he is hiding something and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. He says, getting in front of Izuku's door and slams it open. Iida, who heard the commission, runs outside. Bakugo. You can't just go into Midoriya's room without permission. He yells, hand chopping. Fuck off, Four Eyes. Bakugo yells, going through Izuku's stove until he finds a bag hidden under his bed as he opens it to find a note that says, my music. Holy shit, Midoriya has an entire music collection. Mina says, excited. We should totally listen to them. Toru says, excited. No. This is an invasion of someone's privacy. Midoriya had those hidden for a reason. Iida argues, unaware that Todoroki had returned together with his sister and brother. So Shoto, how's Midoriya been doing? Fuyumi asks as she, Natsuo and Shoto are eating lunch with Rei. Yes, I am also curious about him. How is your friend doing? Rei asks. Todoroki swallows his cold soba before speaking. He seemed fine. He's going to Island to fight in a tournament. He says before eating some more soba. Oh really? How exciting. Do you know what day the first event starts? Rei asks. Should be starting Thursday, but Midoriya won't be up against just anyone. He'll be up against some of the toughest pros. Father also received an invitation but he refused to go. Why, I don't know. Shoto says. Well, I hope when he returns you can bring him here. I would like to meet the boy who helped you use your fire. She says with a soft smile. Shoto nods as the four Todorokis finish their food. SpongeBob narrator. Later, after saying goodbye to their mother, Shoto, Fuyumi and Natsuo make their way back to UA, when they suddenly hear yelling. Holy shit, Midoriya has an entire music collection. Mina yells. We should totally listen to them. Toru says, excited. No. This is an invasion of someone's privacy. Midoriya had those hidden for a reason. Iida yells as Shoto, Fuyumi and Natsuo look to see almost everyone in Midoriya's room. Natsuo and Fuyumi are blown away by all the different posters and action figures of All Might. My, he really is a fanboy. Fuyumi thinks, blushing, while Shoto is looking at the bag holding all of Midoriya's music. Crap, he thinks before speaking. What are you all doing? He asks. Everyone turns to see Shoto, Fuyumi and Natsuo. Oh Todoroki, we were just Momo says, sweat dropping. I see you all found Midoriya's music. He says, neutrally, getting everyone's attention. Wait, Todoroki, you knew about this? Mina yells. Yeah, Todoroki says. Shoto, you never said Midoriya could sing. Fuyumi says, though she's curious how good Izuku is. Why didn't you say anything icy hot? Bakugo yells. He was furious because he's known Izuku the longest but never knew he could sing. You never asked, and I agree with Iida, you shouldn't be going through Midoriya's things. He says, becoming serious. I agree with Todoroki and Iida, we don't have permission from Midoriya. Tokiyami says. Yeah, I kinda agree too, this isn't very manly of us. Kirishima says. Oh come on. You guys are no fun. Besides, what's Mr. Aizawa gonna do? Expel us? Mina asks. Are you challenging me? Everyone turns to see their homeroom teacher, Mr. Aizawa, also known as the pro hero Eraserhead, looking at them angry, his eyes glowing red. Who was it? Who broke into Midoriya's room? Bakugo. Everyone says. Huh, he shouts only to be wrapped in Mr. Aizawa's cloth, wanting an explanation, as the students explain what happened. I'm disappointed in you all for not stopping Bakugo, except for Todoroki, since he wasn't here. Mr. Aizawa says sighing. What's going on, Eraser? Mr. Aizawa turns to see Principal Nezu with the big three together with a girl with pink hair. Principal Nezu and the big three. All the students shout except for Shoto, Fuyumi and Natsuo, making Mirio and the pink-haired girl start laughing at how shocked everyone is, as Nejire gosses up to everyone and starts asking tons of questions while Tamaki hides behind Mirio, not wanting to be in front of so many people. Anyway, what are you all doing? Mirio asked. I was just about to punish everyone for breaking into Midoriya's room and going through his music bag. Mirio, Tamaki and Nejire all go pale as they look to see Midoriya's music laying on the floor, then at Todoroki, who nods, making a mental note to text Midoriya and tell him his secret's out. So it seems Midoriya's secret is out, huh? He asked. Wait, what are you talking about? Fuwa asked, turning to the blonde. Well, me, Nejire and Tamaki also know that Midoriya can sing. What? Everyone yells. Yep, we even made a few songs with him. Mirio says, smiling proudly. Really? Let's listen to some of them. Fuwa says, excited. Who's this hot babe? Mineta asked, drooling at Fuwa as Kaminari whispers to him. Yeah, she's pretty cute. Kaminari says, only for the two perverts to freeze when she turns, meaning she heard them. Hello. I'm Fuwa Mawata, I'm a second-year hero student. She says, choosing to ignore how perverted they are acting as Nezu begins searching through Izuku's bag. Nezu, what are you doing? Aizawa asked. Looking for a song to play. Ah, this one will do. Nezu says, pulling out a song called Immortals. Nezu, we really should. Just one song. Nezu says, smiling wide as he puts CD into the player as the song starts playing. They say we are what we are. But we don't have to be. I'm bad behavior, but I do it in the best way. I'll be the watcher of the eternal flame. I'll be the guard dog of all your fever dreams. Ooh, I am the sand bottom half of the hourglass glass. Ooh, I try to picture me without you, but I can't. 'Cause we could be immortals. Just not for long. And live with me forever now. Pull the blackout curtains down. Just not for long. Because we could be immortals. Immortals. The girls are dancing to the song while Fuyumi is absolutely blown away by how good Izuku can sing. Wow, he's amazing. She thinks, blushing as she begins imagining Izuku singing to her as Natsuo notices and chuckles. Looks like someone's got a crush on a certain broccoli head. He thinks as they continue listening to the song. Sometimes the only payoff for having any faith is when it's tested again and again every day. I'm still comparing your past to my future. It might be your wound, but they're my sutures. Ooh, I am the sand bottom half of the hourglass glass. Ooh, I try to picture me without you, but I can't. 'Cause we could be immortals. Just not for long. And live with me forever now. Pull the blackout curtains down. Just not for long. We could be immortals. And live with me forever now. Pull the blackout curtains down. We could be immortals. Just not for long. We could be immortals. Damn. Jiro says with a blush, amazed, wanting to ask Izuku to sing with her and maybe do other things. Oh my god, that was amazing. Fuyumi says with stars in her eyes, surprising Shoto and Natsuo. I agree, that was a good song. I was hoping to speak with Midoriya, but since he's already gone, that can wait. Besides, I have an idea. Aizawa, get everyone to gather in the gymnasium. I need to make a few phone calls. Nezu says, chuckling to himself as everyone looks at Nezu confused. With Izuku and the others. Izuku is currently sleeping with Eri's head leaning on his arm while Inko has her head on All Might's shoulder as Toshinori is sleeping, having the strangest dream. Toshinori opens his eyes to see nothing but darkness. Toshi. All Might's eyes go wide. That voice, that sounds like Toshi. All Might turns shocked to see his master Nana Shimura together with who All Might can only assume are the previous wielders of OFA. Master. All Might asked, completely shocked. Only she's crying, something All Might has never seen before. Master. What's going on? Why am I here? Toshinori asked. Toshi, you have to hurry. Midoriya is running out of time, you must save him. Nana says, shocking, the former symbol of peace. All Might freezes. What does she mean? What's wrong with young Midoriya? Master, what do you mean? Toshinori asks as Nana looks him right in time his eyes. Toshinori, when Midoriya starts malfunctioning, you and your friend must do everything in your power to save him. Promise me you can do that. The world need will Midoriya in the future. Master, I don't. Promise me, Toshi, she yells, grabbing his shoulders. I promise, Master. I am his master after all, and it's my duty to protect him. Nana smiles, wiping away tears as she hugs her former student. I'm so proud of you, Toshi. You're a good dad to Midoriya and will be a great husband for Inko as well. She says, shocking All Might. How does she know I was going to propose to young Midoriya's mother after the tournament? He thinks, horrified. Him and Inko had been dating for some time now, and All Might had planned that after Izuku's fights he will take them on a vacation to Hawaii for another week. There he will propose to Inko. He's even already informed Principal Nezu and the other staff. Looks like we're out of time. Remember, you must save Midoriya at all cost or the world will be doomed. Goodbye, Toshinori. I'm happy we got to see each other again, she says, smiling with tears in her eyes. Wait, Master, I don't understand. What's happening to Izuku? All Might yells. Take a sample of his DNA, hair or blood, then you will know. Just remember to act fast before it's too late, she says as she and the others disappear. All Might screams, waking up and in the process waking Inko up as well. Toshi, are you okay? Inko asks, worried for her boyfriend. All Might, who's sweating, looks back to see Izuku calmly sleeping with Eri hugging on to his arm, sighing in relief, believing it was just some kind of strange nightmare. I am fine, Inko, it's nothing. All Might says, smiling. Though worried, Inko smiles, kissing his cheek. I'm excited to finally meet your friend and his daughter. Maybe her and Izuku could get together, maybe they'll get married and have grand babies. Inko says, making All Might sweat drop but smile. Attention everyone. The plane will soon be landing on Island. The pilot says. All Might smiles, looking forward to seeing David and Melissa again, but then that smile disappears as he looks back at his young successor. Could something really be wrong with young Midoriya? He thinks, nervous as the plane finally lands on Island. A few hours later, a group of students, heroes and teachers walk into the gym with everyone except for Class 1A, the Big Three. Fuamawata, Fuyumi Todoroki, Natsuo Todoroki and Aizawa are wondering why they are here. With Class 1B, I wonder why we were called all of a sudden. Itsuka Kendo asked, confused. Not sure, but it's gotta be important if we're all here, especially Class 1A. Tetsu says as Monoma starts laughing. Probably because the principal realized how inferior Class 1A is and how we are far superior. What did you say, shithead? Bakugo yells, enraged. You heard me, you sorry excuse of a hero. Looks like you're being left behind by us, you. Monoma tries to finish only for Kendo to knock him out. You just never stop, do you? She asks, frustrated as Principal Nezu walks onto the stage, tapping on the mic to get everyone's attention. Hello everyone. Now I'm sure you're all wondering why you are here. Nezu says. Yeah, what gives? Mount Lady says. This better be important since we're all here. Endeavor says as Shoto and Natsuo glare at their father, wondering why the hell Nezu invited him here. Actually, this is about Class 1A's very own Izuku Midoriya. He says, smiling. Hearing this, Kota looks around confused, wondering where his hero is. Auntie, where's Deku? He's not here. Do you think he's alright? Kota asks, worried. Mandalay smiles. Izuku Midoriya really changed how Kota views heroes, and she will forever be grateful for what he did to save Kota during the attack at the summer camp. I'm sure he's just fine. She says, smiling with a small blush, not knowing that Midoriya is actually not in fact fine. Oh, you're blushing again, Shino. Are you thinking about a certain kitten and how fatherly he is to Kota? Pixie Bob, also known as Ryoko Tsuchikawa, says, teasing her. Shut up. It's not like that. Besides, I think I'm a little too old for him anyway. Mandalay says with disappointment in her voice. Oh come on, you're only 31, and who knows, maybe Midoriya is into older women. Tomoko says, only making Mandalay feel old more. You three pay attention. Tiger says as the three pussycats snap back to attention. I have brought you all here because you have some sort of relationship with Midoriya, especially since that karaoke night. Nezu says. This got everyone's attention, essentially the girls, as Nezu speaks again. I was going to ask if he would perform for us, but since he's gone with All Might to Island, he won't be returning for a week. Nezu says, deciding to leave out the extra week All Might had requested to go to Hawaii to propose to Midoriya's mother. However, Midoriya lift this bag of all the music he's made. I will pull out random songs from the bag to play. Now let's see. Oh, this one's a music video. It's called Welcome, by Izuku, Mirio, Tamaki and Nejire. He reads aloud. Hey, this is one of the songs we made with Midoriya. Mirio says, smiling as Nezu puts the disc into the player as the music starts playing. Izuku, Mirio and Tamaki. There's nothing complicated about the way we live. We're all here for each other, happy to give. Proud of who we are. Humble beneath the stars. We've everything we need. The moon, the sun. Ooh, there's more than enough here for everyone. All we have, we share. And all of us, we care. So, come on. Welcome to our family time. Welcome to our brotherly time. We're happy givin' and talkin', to the friends we're makin'. There's nothing we won't do. Welcome to our family time. Welcome to our happy to be time. This is our festival, you know, and best of all, we're here to share it all. There's a bond between us nobody can explain. It's a celebration of life and seeing friends again. I'll be there for you. I know you'd be there for me too. So, come on. Welcome to our family time. Welcome into the family. Welcome to our brotherly time with our brothers here. This is our festival, you know, and best of all, we're here to share it all. Remembering loved ones departed, someone dear to your heart. Finding love, planning a future. Tellin' stories and laughin' with friends. Precious moments you'll never forget. Nejire, this has to be the most beautiful, the most peaceful place I've ever been to. It's nothing like I've ever seen before. When I think how far I've come, I can't believe it, and yet, I see it. And then, I see family, I see the way we used to be. When Nejire sang, all the guys, even Todoroki and Bakugo, were drooling over Nejire and her singing, while the girls are amazed by how good she is. Wow, Hado, your voice is so beautiful. Fuwa says. Thank you, Mawata. Nejire says, but begins to blush knowing what happens after the song. Izuku, Mirio and Tamaki. Come on. Welcome to our family time. Welcome into the family. Welcome to our brotherly time. Feels like family. We're happy givin' and talkin', to the friends we're makin'. There's nothing we won't do. Welcome to our family time. Welcome into the family. Welcome to our happy to be time. I'm feelin' happy to be. This is our festival, you know, and best of all, you're here to share it. We're here to share it all. The song ends but the video does not. Izuku, that was so much fun. Thank you for letting us sing this with you. She yells before grabbing Izuku and giving him a big kiss on the cheek, leaving a lipstick mark as Izuku turns crimson red. Why, you're welcome, Izuku says before passing out with Mirio and Tamaki laughing as the video ends. The whole gym goss is silent and the jealousy was thick, especially with Fuyumi, who ends up accidentally using her frost quirk to drop the temperature of the gym to freezing, making everyone shiver. Sis, turn your quirk off, you're gonna freeze us all to death. Natsuo says as Fuyumi looks at Nejire with a jealous cold face. So, Hado, how close are you to Midoriya? Fuyumi asks, making Shoto, Natsuo and even Endeavor shiver at how cold she sounds. Yeah, and don't like house we will know. Momo says with an equally cold voice, with Ochako, Koika, Tsuyu, Mina and Toru behind her glaring as Nejire panics, waving her hands back and forth. Wait, it was an accident. I was just caught up in the moment, she says, leaning cows she did do it on purpose as Mirio jumps in to save his friend from the Ice Princess, Fuyumi and the girls of 1A. Whoa ladies, take it easy. Nejire can be very expensive, like she said, she got caught in the moment, sometimes it just happens to her. Mirio says. Fuyumi, Momo, Ochako and the other girls narrow their eyes at Mirio and Nejire until they went with it and went back to their seats, with Momo giving Nejire a, I'm watching you hand moton before seating back down as Nejire sighs in relief, but knows Mirio will tease her later. Now that that's over, let's continue. Nezu says, pulling out another song. On Island. Alright class, make sure you have all assignments turned in by tomorrow, and remember Wednesday the Island fighting tournament will begin, so we will not be having class, Wednesday through Friday. The teacher says before gathering his belongings and leaving the classroom, as the students do the same except for one, a tall beautiful blonde girl with blue eyes sits in the back of the classroom. Melissa sighs. It's been a while now since Wolfram had tried to take her father away, but was stopped thanks to Uncle Mike together with a cute boy with freckles and green hair, Deku. Deku, she says smiling with a blush, remembering what Deku told her after he and Uncle Mike stopped Wolfram. Flashback. We did it together. After all, the only way I made it this far was because I had your full gauntlet on my arm. Thanks so much for your help. We make a good team, she says smiling. Melissa sighs as she snaps out of her daydream, and sighs when she suddenly hears her phone buzz to see it's a text from her Uncle Mike. Hey Melissa, me, young Midoriya, his mother and Eri have arrived and we're at the airport. Me, Inko and Eri will meet you here. Young Midoriya will meet us a little later. The text reads. Excited, Melissa jumps from her seat, grabs her bag, and rushes out the door to the airport. Finally getting off the plane, the four arrive in the Island airport. Alright, if everyone wants to, we can just wait here on. Melissa then head to Dave's place. All Might says when suddenly Eri's stomach begins to growl, meaning only one thing. Daddy, I'm hungry, Eri says as Inko picks her up. I am too, there's a restaurant just over there, let's go get something for lunch. Inko says as Toshinori nods in agreement. You three go on ahead, I'm not feeling too hungry right now, I'm gonna go walk around for a bit. He says, but it makes Eri scared. You'll come back, right? She asks, nervous. Izuku smiles, getting on one knee and kisses the little horn on her head. I promise I will. Just have fun with Grandma and Grandpa Might while I'm gone. I'll be back soon. Izuku says, leaving the airport as All Might, Inko and Eri go to the small restaurant to get lunch and wait for Melissa. SpongeBob narrator. 5 minutes later, Melissa rushes into the airport, taking a few minutes to look around as she walks into the restaurant. Melissa. Hey Melissa, over here. She turns to her now very thin uncle together with a short green-haired woman and adorable little girl who's coloring. Uncle Mike, she says, going over and hugging him. It's wonderful to see you again, Melissa. All Might hugs her briefly, going into his muscle form before changing back, coughing up blood, making Melissa worry. Cough. Cough. Sorry Melissa, but as you can see, I can't really be in my muscle form anymore since my fight against All For One. All Might says, I know, I admit I'm still not used to seeing you like this, but I'll get used to it. She says smiling. Toshinori smiles, only to feel a dark aura surrounding Inko, who's looking at him with closed eyes and smiling. Toshi, what have I said about going into your muscle form? Inko says. Toshinori goes pale, wanting to hide behind Melissa. His girlfriend could be really scary when she gets mad. Don't use my muscle form because I'll hurt myself. Sorry dear, I'm still used to it, he says, sweat dropping with a smile as Inko frowns. I'm just worried about your health dear, I don't want you to hurt yourself more than you already are, she says, making All Might smile before kissing Inko's cheek. I know, thank you Inko, he says as Melissa AWWS at the sight, happy her uncle has found love. And you must be Melissa Shield, it's so nice to finally meet you. Toshi and Izuku both have said great things about you. Inko says as the two shake hands. You too, Ms. Midoriya, Melissa says, smiling. Please call me Inko, sweetie. Inko says as Eri speaks up. Grandma, who is she? Eri asked, pointing at Melissa. Wait, Grandma. Melissa thinks, confused. Eri, this is Melissa Shield, my friend's daughter and young Midoriya's friend. So, she's Daddy's friend? Eri asked. Daddy, Melissa yells internally as Inko giggles. Yes sweetie, she's one of Izuku's friends, why don't you say hi to her? Hi, I'm Eri, she says shyly before hugging onto Inko. Ah, you're so adorable. Hi Eri, I'm Melissa. She says, gushing at how adorable she is. So Melissa, how's Dave been, since you know? All Might says as Melissa smiles. He just got out of house arrest a week ago and will be allowed to return to work tomorrow. She says, making Toshinori smile. Well, after we finish and young Midoriya returns, we'll head back to your place. Later I'll start training with young Midoriya to get him ready for the tournament. All Might says. Where is Deku anyway? I was really looking forward to seeing him. She says. Izuku wasn't really hungry so he went on a walk, he should be back soon. Oh my god. He's here, the really cute boy with freckles from the video, he's here. They hear a girl say in the booth next to them. Isn't he the same boy who helped All Might stop that villain? Come on, let's go meet him. Her friend says as they are about to leave, All Might stops them. Excuse me ladies, but what are you talking about? All Might asked, not liking where this is going. Oh, the green-haired boy from UA is here, and he can sing, his performance has been seen all over YouTube. The girl says, turning on her phone and showing the 4 of when Izuku sang during karaoke night at UA. All Might, wanting to know who posted it, looks at a channel called Grape Guy 69 with no picture. What kind of sick freak gosses by a name like that? All Might thinks. Back at UA, Ashu. Mineta suddenly sneezes. Hey, you okay man? You're not getting sick, are you? Kaminari asks, worried for his friend. I don't know why, but I think someone was talking about me. He says, rubbing his nose. As Nezu is about to put in the next song when suddenly his phone buzzes, showing a live recording of Izuku sitting at a piano about to perform live. Oh, attention everyone, he says through the microphone as everyone looks at the fury creature. It seems Izuku Midoriya is performing live at this very moment. He says, hooking his phone to the TV and pressing play. SpongeBob narrator. 5 minutes earlier, Izuku walks through the mall of Island when he suddenly hears people calling his name, looking behind him to see over 10 girls. OMG, OMG, it's him, the boy from the video. He's a lot cuter in person. The other day's making Izuku blush. Hey cute singing boy, take pictures with us. One says. Izuku is blushing as red as Kirishima's hair, not used to having so many people, let alone girls, complimenting him, as he tries to talk. Wait, I think you have me confused with someone else. He says, backing away slowly. I don't think so, you look just like that cute boy who gosses to UA. Izuku was shocked. How on earth did they know he gosses to UA? Wait, how do you know I go to UA? He asked, confused. Your performance is a hit all over YouTube. The girl says, putting out her phone and showing him the video, looking at the name to see Grape Guy 69, knowing immediately that Mineta must have recorded his performance that night. Crap, Mineta, I'm gonna make you pay for this. He says, horrified that his secret is out. So mister, can you sing for us? Yeah. Sing us a love song. One says. I don't know about this. Come on please. They all say. Okay. He says in defeat. Yes. They say excited. But I need an instrument to help get me started and I don't have one. Izuku says, only to feel someone tap on his shoulder by a guy with a piano. Go on. You can play my piano. I saw your video too, you're pretty good. The guy says. Okay. Thank you sir. Izuku walks over to the piano and sits down, thinking of a good love song before playing the piano, not realizing that one of the girls is recording him. Back at UA. Wow, check out Midoriya. Didn't think he was a ladies' man. Kirishima says, grinning. Wow dude, look at all those chicks, there's like 10 of them. Zero says, amazed. Looks like Midoriya is doing more than fighting in the tournament. Shoto says, smiling before noticing the jealous look Fuyumi is giving those girls, making him chuckle. What the hell? How come Midoriya is getting all those girls? Kaminari yells, shocked, while Mineta is crying tears of blood. That lucky bastard. He's getting all the puss. Mineta doesn't finish as Sue hits him in the back of his head, knocking him out. Shut it, pervert, she says as all the guys look at her to see a dark aura surrounding her. In fact, all the girls have it, including Midnight and Mount Lady. Geez. Tamaki says, a little freaked out. I know right. Mirio says, nervous, looking over to see both Najire and Fua with angry scowls, making him sweat drop as Midoriya starts singing. I can't fight this feeling any longer. And yet I'm still afraid to let it flow. What started out as friendship has grown stronger. I only wish I had the strength to let it show. I tell myself that I can't hold out forever. I said there is no reason for my fear. 'Cause I feel so secure when we're together. You give my life direction, you make everything so clear. And even as I wander, I'm keeping you in sight. You're a candle in the window on a cold, dark winter's night. And I'm getting closer than I ever thought I might. And I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. It's time to bring this ship into the shore. And throw away the oars, forever. A huge crowd was beginning to form around Izuku, with all the women blushing including the girls watching in the gym. OMG, it's a love song. Mina says excited with a blush. Whatever jealousy the girls had was replaced by getting turned on. With Fuyumi and the class of girls fanned themselves with Ochako nearly fainting as Fuwa, Momo and Itsuka licked their lips, with hearts in their eyes, with Abara Shiozaki praying to get rid of her very dirty thoughts while Yui Kodai still has her neutral expression but in her mind she's thinking about how she's gonna have sex with Izuku when he gets back. Oh my, Mount Lady says rubbing her legs together getting turned on while Midnight is squirming in her seat as Mei Hatsume is thinking about asking Izuku to make a baby with her. Mandalay, Pixie Bob and Ragdoll were all blushing from the teen's vocals having pink hearts in his eyes as Kota looks at them confused as Izuku continues singing. "'Cause I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. And if I have to crawl upon the floor, come crashing through your door. Baby, I can't fight this feeling anymore. My life has been such a whirlwind since I saw you. I've been running round in circles in my mind. And it always seems that I'm following you, girl. 'Cause you take me to the places that alone I'd never find. And even as I wander, I'm keeping you sight. You're a candle in the window on a cold, dark winter's night. And I'm getting closer than I ever thought I might. And I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. It's time to bring this ship into the shore. And throw away the oars, forever. 'Cause I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. And if I have to crawl upon the floor, come crashing through your door. Baby, I can't fight this feeling anymore." As the song ends Izuku stands up looking to see everyone clapping and cheering. Izuku smiles while he's still not used to this kind of attention. It's nice to have people cheering for him, as the group of girls from earlier approach him. "You were amazing. So Greenie, you got a girlfriend." This gets the attention of all the girls, including the girls watching in the gym, waiting for his answer. "You no. I'm actually single," he yells blushing as the girls in the gym give out a sigh in relief. "I can be your girlfriend," one says. "Or me," the other says as the one of them run their finger down his chest. Izuku says blushing. "Hey, back off bitch, he's mine." "Hey, who you calling bitch, you ugly whore?" They yell about to start a big fight. "Wait girls, please don't fight. I think you're all very beautiful but Izuku doesn't finish as he suddenly feels the same electricity surging through his body as he puts his hand on his head in pain. Back in the gym, Mr. Aizawa wikes Izuku, immediately realizing something is not right. "Something's wrong," he says, getting everyone's attention. "What do you mean, Mr. Aizawa?" Ochako asked confused. "Look," he says pointing at Izuku who's holding his head in pain. With Izuku, electric buzzing. "Grrrr, what the?" Izuku asked in shock. Buzzing continues. "Gah!" he shouts, his eyes glowing a bright green falling to the ground. The girls who have stopped fighting look at Izuku confused as his eyes start glowing again. Electric buzzing can be heard as Izuku starts making a growling sound. The girls who are now slightly freaked out take a cautious step backwards. Cutie, are you okay?" The girl isn't able to finish as OFA surges through Izuku's arm before he raises it and slams it into the piano, creating a massive shock wave of energy. The audience screams trying to not be blown away with many holding onto something as everyone in the gym wikes shocked by what Izuku just did. "What the fuck was that?" Bakugo yells as everyone keeps watching. As the dust finally clears, the girl who's still recording gets up to see Izuku, his eyes and body glowing green as if he's lost control of himself. All Might, Inko who's holding Eri, and Melissa rush into the crowd with All Might going pale when he sees what's happening. "Young Midoriya, stop!" Toshinori yells as Izuku's body begins to stop glitching as his eyes begin to flicker before returning to normal. What just happened?" Izuku asks, rubbing his head as his eyes go wide to see the damage he just caused. What just happened?" Izuku yells, panicking. "My piano." The guy from earlier yells, looking at his now destroyed piano. "Izuku, are you okay?" Inko asks as she, Melissa and Eri approach him. "Why yeah, I think so. It's like my quirk just activated on its own and I had no control." Izuku says, looking at All Might, expecting him to be furious, but he isn't. In fact, he looks absolutely terrified, remembering what his master had told in his dream. Toshinori, when Midoriya starts malfunctioning, you and your friend must do everything in your power to save him. The voice of Nana echoes through his mind. It can't be. It wasn't just a dream. Master was actually trying to warn me that something is wrong. He thinks, knowing he's going to have to investigate immediately what just happened to Izuku. Oh, thank goodness, I was worried for a second there. Melissa says as Izuku looks at her and blushes from how close she is. Hi Melissa, it's good to see you again. Izuku says, smiling shyly. Melissa giggles by how cute Izuku is when he's nervous but feels a dark aura, as she turns to see a dark area surrounding all the girls from before as Melissa gives them a cold stare, including the girls Gliching from UA. Oh, it is on. The girls yell, about to approach, but suddenly, hey jackass. Everyone turns and are shocked to see the beautiful heroine with ruby red eyes and long rabbit ears with what looks like what's left of her milkshake all over her chest. The rabbit hero, Mirko, and she is pissed. Everyone stops looking at Mirko as she approaches, looking at Izuku as if she's ready to kill him. Why, you're the rabbit hero Mirko, the highest ranking heroine in Japan. Izuku yells. Yeah, I am, and you must be the little shitstain who released that wind blast and made me spill my milkshake. She yells, grabbing Izuku by his hair. I'm sorry, it was an accident. Izuku yells, panicking, only for Mirko to slam him to the ground before putting her foot on his chest. Mirko takes a moment to study Izuku before she realizes he's that UA student everyone's talking about. She glares before speaking. You here to fight in the tournament? She asked. Why, yes ma'am. Izuku says, nervous though he can't help but admire how beautiful Mirko is in person. Good, because so am I, and I'm gonna beat you so hard you'll wish you'll die. She yells, still angry, making both Izuku and All Might nervous, because Mirko will not be easy to beat. Rumi is about to give Izuku a taste of what's to come, when she suddenly feels a little hand on her arm, turning to see a little girl with red eyes and white hair similar to herself, though she doesn't have bunny ears, instead has a little horn on her head. Please, don't hurt my daddy, she says, tears forming in her eyes. Mirko was completely unprepared for this, because if she has one weakness, it's children. She herself wants to have them in the future, but she still hasn't found the right mate, mostly because most guys can't keep up with her. Fine. She says, falling victim to the adorable little girl, taking her foot off his chest, as Inko and Melissa run over to help him up. You better be ready, broccoli head, because I'm gonna kick your butt. Mirko says before turning and hoping a way back to her hotel to clean up, while Izuku is thinking only one thing. Did Mirko just declare war on me? Izuku thinks, though is also feeling guilty since it was his fault. She was so angry. Izuku makes a mental note to apologize to her either before or during the tournament, as his mind then goes to what happened earlier. What's happening? Why am I losing control of OFA, and why is it so painful? Izuku thinks, looking at his hands. Daddy, Eri asked, holding his shirt sleeve. Yes, Eri. Izuku asked. Who was she? Eri asked, curious about the rabbit heroine. That Eri was Mirko. She's the number 5 heroine. She's best known for her temper and for never really working with others. She was pretty, Eri says. Yeah, she is. Izuku says, making Melissa, the fangirls and the girls watching in the gym extremely jealous. Come on, we should be going. Dave is waiting for us, plus there's too many people here. Toshinori says, looking at all the fangirls and other people still there as he pushes Izuku, Eri, Melissa and Inko away from everyone as they make their way to David Shield's house. Back at UA, everyone is shocked by what they just saw, though for very different reasons. The girls for how close those fangirls and Mirko were to Izuku, while Nezu, Aizawa, Shoto, Bakugo and Iida are concerned about Midoriya's sudden quirk malfunction. Interesting. It seems Midoriya's body and OFA have begun malfunctioning. This could be a problem. I'll call All Might and ask for the details of what I just saw later. Principal Nezu thinks before getting everyone's attention back on him. Alright, everyone, we'll listen to one more song for tonight and then that will be all for tonight. Nezu says as he begins going through the bag to find another song, while Momo can't help but remember something what Eri had called Izuku. Wait, did Eri call Izuku her daddy? She yells, blushing. All the girls yell, realizing that if any of them date Izuku they will automatically become Eri's new mommy, making all the girls want to be with Izuku more as Todoroki pulls out his notebook from nowhere and begins writing that Eri is Midoriya's love child, while many of the guys are still amazed by all the girls that surrounded Midoriya. Man, Midoriya really had us fooled, and here I thought he was the innocent cinnamon roll. Kaminari yells, "That bastard has been hogging all the hot babes to himself, selfish green-haired bastard." Mineta yells, crying, "Will you two extras shut the hell up? It's obvious Deku wasn't doing it on purpose, he was trying to get away from those chicks, before he suddenly started acting crazy." Bakugo yells, "I agree, that wasn't like Midoriya at all, it's like something went haywire in him, could his quirk be starting to hurt him again?" Iida asked, "Yeah, that was weird, his eyes were glowing, I've never seen Deku's eyes like that before, at least it get him away from all those other girls." Ochako says, worried but also still a little jealous. Agreed. Fuyumi, Najire, Fua, the girls of 1A and 1B, and surprisingly the Pussycats, Midnight and Mount Lady. "Bunch of bitches," Midnight says. "For once I agree with you, old hag." You says, making Nimari glare at her. "Those little brats are trying to steal my kitten." Pixie Bob yells, wanting to tear them to shreds. "Ryoko, he's not yours, and I do agree, it is frustrating." Shino says, annoyed. Ragdoll pouts in jealousy, as Tiger shakes his head. "Dang it, Midoriya, what have you done to my teammates?" he thinks as Kota speaks up. "Auntie, do you, Auntie Ryoko, and Tomoko love Deku?" he asked. The three pussycats look at Kota, blushing as Tiger raises his eyebrow, curious as well, because if they do start a relationship with Midoriya, he will support them all the way. We, Shino tries to say so. Tomoko says it. "Yes, Kota, we do," she says with a blush on her cheeks. "So, does that make Deku my new dad?" he asks as the three girls and Tiger look at him shocked. Well, maybe," Mandalay says as Kota smiles. "I wouldn't mind having Deku as my dad, he saved me that villain after I punch him in his balls." Kota says, still feeling guilty about that, as the girls and Tiger sweat drop from the memory as Principal Nezu finds the final song for the night. "Alright, everyone, this song is called Burn Love," he says, getting everyone's attention, especially the girls. "Oh, another love song. Play it," Toru says, excited as the song starts playing. "Lord Almighty, I feel my temperature rising, higher and higher, it's burning through to my soul. Babe, you gonna set me on fire, yeah. My brain is flaming and I don't know which way to go. Your kisses lift me higher, like the sweet song of a choir. You light my morning sky with burning love. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I feel my temperature rising, help me, I'm flaming, I must be 109. Burning, and nothing can cool me, I just might turn into smoke, but I feel fine, burning. 'Cause your kisses lift me higher, like a sweet song of a choir. And you light my morning sky with burning love. Yeah." Koika is caught in a trance as she pictures her and Izuku on a beach as they sing together, putting her hand over her heart, but she's not the only one, with Ochako, Momo, Fua, Najire and the others picturing something similar. Burning love. It's coming closer, the flames are now licking my body. Won't you help me? I feel like I'm slipping away. Oh, yeah. It's hard to breathe. I'ma just have a healing. Lord of mercy. Burning a hole in me, yeah. 'Cause your kisses lift me higher, like the sweet song of a choir. You light my morning sky with burning love. My burning love. I'm just a hunk of burning love. I'm just a hunk, burning me. Oh, whoa. Oh, that's good. The song ends as the entire gym cheers as everyone starts returning to the dorms, with the teachers and pros going back home as Koika falls onto her bed, with a heavy blush, smiling. Was this what it was like to be truly in love with someone? "Izuku, I hope you get back soon. I miss you," she says before feeling asleep, but she's not the only girl who would dream about Izuku that night. David Shield seats at his desk in his workshop after finishing up a new hero support item. It's now been about 4 months since he attempted to take back his power amplifier that he had wanted to give to All Might. He had been so scared and caught up in the past that he had failed to see that the future was right in front of him in the form of Izuku Midoriya. David sighs as he turns to a picture of him and All Might in their younger years back when All Might was still in his prime. He smiles sadly but knows that while Toshi's power is gone, Midoriya will take his place and become a symbol of his own. Papa, we're here. Melissa yells entering the house as David gets up and gosses into the living room to see his daughter together with Toshinori, Midoriya, his mother and a little girl. Dave, All Might says coming and hugging him tightly. It's good to see you again Toshi. David says returning the hug before turning to the two Midoriyas. Midoriya, it's good to see you again son, I hope you're doing well. He says shaking his hand. Oh of course sir. It's an honor to be back, I'm looking forward to fighting in the tournament. Midoriya says making David chuckle before turning to Inko. You must be Midoriya's mother, All Might has told me so many great things about you. He says shaking Inko's hand. I'm glad, and I've heard about you, I must say you have a very beautiful daughter, I am so glad she is so close to my Izuku. Inko says as Melissa and Izuku blushes. Yeah, I think they'll make a great team. David says before looking down at Eri who's hiding behind Midoriya's leg. Hey, little one, what's your name? David says gently as to not spook her. Go on Eri, it's okay, he's a friend. Izuku says rubbing her head as Eri looks up at David. Hi, I'm Eri, I like apples and my daddy. She says nervously. Wait, Midoriya you have a child now? David asked confused. It's a long story, but yes while nothing is official yet, I am adopting Eri when I'm old enough. Izuku says smiling as he picks her up. Everyone smiles before Inko decides to tease her son. Yes, and hopefully soon you'll be able to give Eri a mother as well. Inko says while looking at Melissa making All Might. David and Inko chuckle as Izuku and Melissa both blush while Eri looks at them confused, but what she would say next would change everything. Does this mean Ms. Melissa is my mommy? Eri asked. The entrance room goes silent with both Toshinori and David's jaws hanging open, while Inko almost faints only to be caught by All Might as Melissa's face turns redder than an apple yet despite that she doesn't mind it, in fact she doesn't mind at all. Eri, I am sorry about that Melissa, I didn't expect her to say that. Izuku says blushing. It's okay, I don't mind being Eri's mommy, she says blushing with a smile as Eri excitedly hugs her legs tightly. Mommy, Eri says making Melissa smile with a blush picking her up and kissing her cheek, making the little girl giggle. All Might smiles knowing that if Melissa gets together with young Midoriya she will be a great mother for Eri, just as much as Izuku is a good father to her as his face then turns serious. Toshi. What's wrong? Inko asks immediately noticing something is wrong. Melissa, why don't you and young Midoriya take Eri and go watch some TV, I need to speak to Dave privately, but before that, young Midoriya, I know this is sudden, but I need a sample of your hair. He says taking a pair of scissors off of Dave's desk. Izuku, Inko, Melissa and David look at Toshinori confused as Izuku speaks. Oh sure All Might, but why? He asks as Toshinori cuts off just one tiny hair. I just need to check something with Dave. Inko do you mind going with them and letting me and David talk privately for just a moment? Inko looks at her boyfriend worried, but nods as she, Izuku, Melissa and Eri exit the room closing the door behind them. Toshi. All Might. What's wrong? David asked concerned. Dave. Something is wrong with young Midoriya, he says getting his attention. What do you mean? He asked. Dave. Something is horribly wrong, I need you to quickly scan Midoriya's hair and see if you can find anything wrong. He says handing David the hair. David then gosses to his computer as he puts the hair on a scanner. Alright, now we will see if anything is wrong. He says. The screen then activates showing a beeping charge meter that's going down fast, currently at 92%. What in the world is this? David asks as All Might takes a closer look to see a name on the screen he's only heard once. Hisashi Midoriya, he reads aloud. Toshi look here, there's a video. David says as he hits the play button as the two watch the video. The video starts revealing some kind of laboratory and in the center of the room is a glassed machine with a 4-year-old Izuku inside it asleep with a mask on holding his favorite All Might figure. So you're quirkless Izuku, I knew you were a disappointment, if you can't manifest a quirk, I'll alter you to make you as powerful as All Might. But first for the experiment to begin, your molecules must be charged to be able to handle the process. Hisashi says as Toshinori and David watch, becoming very nervous as Hisashi grabs a giant cord and plugging it into the wall as a bright green energy glows through the glass. Hisashi then looks up to his computer showing the charging meter at 25%. All Might and Dave suddenly hear a load banging in the video. Open up, this is the flame hero Endeavor. Endeavor, both All Might and David say as they keep watching. Hisashi look up at the computer now showing 77%. That's it, we're busting in. Endeavor yells. Then there's a massive explosion as the number 2 hero and his sidekicks enter the room. You are under arrest for unethical human experimentation. Enji yells. This makes All Might angry because being unethical was all Endeavor was until recently. No, you have to listen to me, this is my son. Then you're getting another charge for child abuse. Kido and Onuma, get that kid out of there. You're coming with us. The commission will decide what to with you. They watch as Hisashi tries to shoot fire at them, but Endeavor tackles him and cuffs the man, preventing him from using his quirk. No, stop please, his molecules aren't fully charged. The sidekick Kido then pulls out the cord, leaving Izuku's molecules at 98% charged as the screen turns red and beeps loudly. Warning! 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 Electric magnetic bonding incomplete. Warning! No! No! You bastards! What have you done? There's no telling what will happen. He screams, trying to break free. I think you should get some rest. Endeavor says, delivering a punch that knocks him out cold as the video ends. All Might and David both just stare at the screen, terrified by what they just saw, with All Might now understanding what his master was trying to tell him, as All Might starts coughing up blood, falling to his knees. Toshi, David says at his friend's side. I get it now. His cells, they're malfunctioning because they weren't finished. That's why young Midoriya lost control of OFA earlier. Toshi, are you alright? Dave asks, worried, as All Might stands up looking at the screen. David, young Midoriya is malfunctioning. These glitches, he can't control them, and if they keep happening they will kill him. All Might says, serious. David looks at All Might horrified, now knowing just how dangerous this situation is. If Midoriya dies, the crime rate, as Dave believes, will rise to the point where no one can stop it, as All Might puts his hands on Dave's shoulders. Dave, the world needs a new symbol. Young Midoriya is the only one who can replace me. Can you help me fix him? Toshi asks, looking him the eyes. David looks down for a moment before looking at the charge meter. Midoriya saved his and Melissa's lives when Wolfram betrayed him, so he will do everything he can to ensure that the next symbol survives. Alright, I'll guess I could build a new machine to recharge him, but it will take some time. Why don't you go spend some time with Inko before bed? I'll start putting together some schematics for the new machine. He says, smiling before getting on his computer and tipping. All Might sighs as he goes into the living room to see Izuku and Melissa with young Eri between them watching cartoons, as he sees Inko in the kitchen cutting an apple for Eri. Oh, Toshi, is everything okay? Toshinori looks at Inko nervous. He had promised her he would protect her son, and when they started dating they promised they wouldn't keep secrets from each other. He even told her about OFA, its history, and how he met her son. He has to tell her. Inko, can we talk alone for a moment? He says, serious. Oh, of course, she says before going over and giving the apple slices to Eri. Here you go, sweetie. Inko says. What do we say, Eri? Izuku says, smiling. Thank you, Grandma. Eri says with an adorable smile, melting Inko's heart as she and Toshinori go to the bedroom with him closing the door behind them. So what do you want to talk about, Toshi? Toshinori walks forward, taking her hands and looks her in the eyes. Inko, before I tell you what's happening, know that me and Dave are doing everything we can to help young Midoriya, he says, making Inko nervous. Toshi, what are you saying? What's wrong with my baby boy? She yells, tears beginning to fall. All Might sighs. This was not going to be easy, as he explains everything that's been happening and how he discovered that Hisashi tried to experiment on Izuku before Endeavor arrived and shut down the charging process before it could finish, which is why Izuku has begun malfunctioning. Inko looks at All Might horrified. After Izuku was born she had noticed Hisashi had begun acting strange, but she didn't think he was this crazy. And now, unless we can recharge young Midoriya's cells, he will die, but I promise you, we will not let that happen. Dave is already working on blueprints for a new machine. I promised you I would protect him, and I will keep that promise. He says, determined. Inko, who is crying, hugs onto All Might as he rubs her back. "Please Toshi, save my boy, my heart can't take it," she says, getting All Might's shirt wet as he kisses her head. "Your son is going to be alright Inko, why? Because I am here," Toshi says, going into his muscle form for just a moment before turning back, making her giggle despite what's happening to her son. What are we going to do?" she asked. "Just spend time with young Midoriya, Melissa and Eri. I don't want him to lose focus, or for them to panic. Leave the rest to me and Dave. If Midoriya starts malfunctioning, try to keep him from hurting anyone. We'll let you know as soon as the machine is finished." Inko nods, looking down. Toshi had saved her son's life by giving him his quirk. Despite the damage it did to him at first, she has to trust that he and David can save her son again. Izuku wakes up early the next morning to find Eri cuddled up on his chest. Eri, it's time to wake up," Izuku says gently. 5 more minutes daddy," Eri says, making Izuku chuckle as he picks her up, exiting the room with Eri's head resting on his shoulder. As they make their way to the kitchen to see Inko already cooking breakfast with All Might setting at the table. "Morning mom." "Morning All Might." "Good morning Izuku." "Morning young Midoriya," they both say. "Morning grandma." "Morning grandpa," Eri says, rubbing her eyes sleepily, making both Toshinori and Inko smile as Inko comes over with 2 plates of eggs, bacon, toast with apple butter, peeled bananas and 2 glasses of milk. "Thanks for the meal," Izuku says, clapping his hands together as Eri does the same. "Thank you grandma," she says as Inko smiles, kissing her head. "You're welcome sweetie, now eat up both of you," she says, setting down next to All Might as Melissa enters the kitchen already dressed with her bag ready for class. "Good morning everyone," she says, grabbing her plate of food that Inko had already prepared. "Morning mommy," Eri replies with a smile, making Melissa blush, still not used to being called that, as she sits down next to Eri and Izuku. "Where's Papa?" Melissa asked, confused as to why Dave isn't here. "He's working on a project in his workshop. I'll take him breakfast," Toshinori says as Melissa nods. Her father overworking wasn't out of the ordinary. "So young Midoriya, as you know, the first round of the tournament starts tomorrow. Whoever wins will make it to the final round Friday. We'll train until about 3. Melissa also has class for about the same time, so Inko will watch Eri until then. After that you're free to do what you want for the rest of the day." All Might says. "Okay, I was thinking of taking Eri to the beach," Izuku says as Eri eats her food. "Oh, that sounds like fun, I'll come with you," Melissa says, smiling. "I think I will as well," Inko says, believing it will help her take her mind off of what's happening to Izuku. "Alright then, young Midoriya, head on out to the training field. I'll be down there shortly," All Might says as Izuku finishes his breakfast, before standing up. "Right," he says, determined, making Melissa giggle before he turns to Eri. "Eri, I've to go train and get ready for the big day tomorrow. Be good for grandma and we'll go to the beach later, okay?" he says, smiling. "Okay daddy," she says as Izuku kisses her horn before leaving. "I best be off as well, I don't want to be late," Melissa says, kissing Eri's cheek before heading for the door. "Bye, Eri, bye Uncle Might and Ms. Inko," she says, leaving, closing the door behind her. As Eri finishes her breakfast, Inko picks up her plate and glass before putting them in the sink. "Toshi, why don't you take Dave his breakfast? I'm sure he's hungry after being up all night," Inko says as All Might nods. "What's wrong with Grandpa Shield?" Eri asked, confused. "Nothing young Eri, he's just working," Toshinori says, rubbing her head, before getting up and kissing Inko. Before going to Dave's workshop, David Shield has been working all night, trying to put together a blueprint for a new machine, or fusion chamber as he calls it, but so far none of the parts he has will work. "Come on, you stupid computer," he growls, tired and frustrated, before putting a few more parts together, and this time they're compatible. "That's it," David says, smiling in relief that the first part is done. The next part, which is actually putting the machine together, will be more difficult. "You seem happy, I take it that's a good thing," Toshinori says, entering with a plate of food. "Well, I've got the final design finished, now I just need to build it," he says as All Might hands him his food, which he gladly takes. "Why don't you go and get some rest Dave? After I'm finished with young Midoriya I'll help you start building the machine," Toshinori says. "But All Might, there isn't time. The more we wait, the sooner Midoriya will die," he says as Toshinori puts his hand on his shoulder. Dave, relax, we still have some time. All Might's days checking Izuku's meter to show it's at 77%. Go get some sleep, Dave, we'll continue when I'm done training young Midoriya for the day. All right Toshi, I'll go get some sleep. David says, rubbing his eyes exhausted. Good, I'll see you later, Dave. All Might says, exiting his workshop to go find Izuku. David sighs as he looks at the beeping meter that's still going down, now at 75%. As All Might exits the house, his phone starts ringing. A phone call is here. A phone call is here. As he looks to see, it's from Principal Nezu as he answers it. All Might, how are you doing this morning? Nezu says while pouring himself some tea. I'm fine, Nezu, about to go start training young Midoriya to get him ready for the first event tomorrow. Of course, I've already had everyone gathered in the gym yesterday to listen to Midoriya's music. Nezu says, smiling. Oh, okay, that's nice. Wait. What? All Might yells, coughing up blood. Oh yes, Katsuki Bakugo broke into Midoriya's room and found his music bag. He says. Toshinori gosses pale. That's not good, young Midoriya will not be pleased. Now the main reason I called is to check on Midoriya. Toshi, is OFA malfunctioning? He asked. All Might's sweat drops knowing he has to tell Principal Nezu the truth. Well, yes, and no. Nezu, what I am about to tell you must remain between us. All Might says. Of course, All Might, now please tell me everything. He says, taking a sip of tea. All Might then proceeds to explain everything to his furry boss, and after explaining everything, although Nezu was calm as always, he was close to actually spitting out his tea. All Might, this is quite a situation you're in. I want you to keep me updated on Midoriya's charts every day and let me know as soon as Mr. Shield has finished the machine. I'll keep this between us for now, but know that if you need us, me, Aizawa, Midnight and the other staff will come to help you. Nezu says. I appreciate it, Mr. Nezu, but I think me and Dave can handle it. I've got to go, young Midoriya is waiting for me, talk to you later. All Might says, ending the call. Principal Nezu then begins to think about his options. This is a very difficult situation. If Midoriya were to die, and All for One were to somehow break out of Tartarus, no one, not even the big three, could stop him. All he could do now was to just keep everyone distracted by listening to Midoriya's music and wait and see what happens over the next few days. Alright, that's enough for today, young Midoriya. Toshinori says. Izuku has just finished fighting a Sentinel robot program to try to imitate Mirko's fighting style, and needless to say, at first it didn't go too well, but after a few hours of getting beat to the ground, Izuku had finally archived some success. Good work today, young Midoriya. Now it's highly unlikely you'll face Mirko in the first event, so if you win, Tomura will keep training you on how to beat her. Mirko is the highest ranking heroine for a reason. All Might says. Right, Izuku says, smiling as All Might returns it. Young Midoriya, I know I told you this once just before the sports festival, but this time I know you can do it now that you have more control over OFA. I want you to tell everyone in that stadium that you are here. All Might says, smiling. I won't let you down. Oh, I need to go get ready to take Eri to the beach. Melissa should be back by now as well. See you later, All Might. Izuku says, leaving. Toshinori smiles. Izuku really is the right person to take his place, and he will make sure that Midoriya survives this situation to become the next symbol. Besides, should Tamura Shigaraki and the League of Villains free All for One. All Might quickly shacks away that thought, as he heads back to the house to wake up David so they can get started building the machine to recharge Izuku's molecules. Later, All Might arrives to see David already working, putting together different parts. Sleep well? Toshinori asks, smiling. Yeah, feel a lot better now. However, Toshi, can you run to the store and pick me up these parts? Everything we need is on this list, they shouldn't be too hard to find. Suddenly Izuku's charge meter turns red and starts beeping, showing that his energy is now at 50%. Oh no, what is it? Toshinori yells. Midoriya is having another malfunction, and his cells are getting worse by the minute. Toshi, you have to hurry. These parts are crucial for saving Izuku's life, nothing can go wrong. He says as All Might nods before leaving while texting Nezu updating him on Izuku's glitches. At the beach, Izuku, Melissa, Eri and Inko arrive at the beach with Izuku taking off his shirt to reveal his very muscular body, making Melissa and all the other girls around them drool and blush over him. Come on, Eri. Let's go get you changed into your bathing suit. Inko says. Okay grandma, Eri says smiling, taking her hand, as they go to the changing rooms. Izuku turns only to see Melissa in nothing but a blue bikini. So how do I look? Melissa asks blushing. Why you look very beautiful Melissa. Izuku stutters, blushing up a storm. Thanks, you also look very handsome. She says, looking at his muscles and blushing. Thank you, he says, making her giggle as she lays down on her stomach. Deku, do you mind putting some lotion on my back? She asks with a red face. Sure, Izuku says as Melissa unclips her top as Izuku starts putting the sunscreen on her back, slowly rubbing his hand, making her moan slightly and even drool a little from how good it feels as Izuku finishes clipping her top back together as she sets up. Thanks Deku, she says smiling. And no problem, Izuku says. Holy wow, I just rubbed a girl's back. He yells internally. Daddy, Mommy. The two turn to see Eri running to them dressed in a little bathing suit with a hat on her head as Izuku picks her up. Hey Snowball, you ready to have some fun? Izuku asks. She says smiling. Alright, why don't you and Mommy go make a sand castle? I've to go use the bathroom real quick, then we'll go in the water, okay? He says, putting her down. Okay Daddy, she says as Melissa takes her hand, leading her to a good spot to build a sand castle. As the two get started, Eri starts talking to Melissa. Mommy, do you love Daddy? Eri asks. Melissa blushes but then smiles. Yes, I do Eri, he's my hero. Really? Daddy is my hero too, he saved me from the bad men. Eri says. Melissa frowns. Deku had told her everything about how he found her and how some evil villain was using her body to make bullets that could erase quirks, and how together he and his friend Mirio saved her. Melissa then gently kisses her head. If she is becoming Eri's mom, she will protect her with her life, but then it hits her. Deku, Uncle Might and Ms. Inko will be leaving after the tournament and I won't get to see them again for a while unless I go with them. She thinks, pounding on the idea for a moment, when suddenly a few girls run past them. It's him, the cute singer. He's here. Come on, maybe we can get his number. They yell, heading towards the restrooms. Melissa's eyes twitch, only thinking one thing. Those bitches are trying to steal my Deku. She yells internally before looking back to Eri. Eri, sweetheart, why don't you go play with Grandma for a bit? Mommy needs to go make sure those girls don't do anything to your daddy. She says with closed eyes and a smile. Okay Mommy, she says, running where Inko is sunbathing, but then notices a woman with the same bunny ears from yesterday. With Izuku. After finishing his business, Izuku is about to head back to the others as he notices several people, mostly women, staring at him with blushes on their faces as they talk about him. Isn't that the cute boy from UA that can sing? He's so hot. He has such an amazing voice. You think he's single? I like a man who can sing, not to mention those muscles, one of them says. Izuku keeps walking but with a heavy blush on his face, only for three girls to approach him. Hey, it's you, you're the boy from yesterday. One says. Can you sing us a song? One asks excited. Sorry, I don't think I should, I have to back to my daughter. He says, stuttering. Oh, a daughter. How old is she? One asks interested. She's 6 years old and now, she's adopted, but I consider her as my own daughter. Izuku says, trying to back away. Oh, she must be adorable. So, you got a girlfriend, Greenie? One with an ice cream cone asks. Grr rag. Izuku yells as his eyes start glowing green as he looks at the three girls before he grabs the girl's ice cream cone and puts it on her hair. My hair, it's everywhere. She yells, trying to get it out. Ha 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 ha. Izuku laughs. Melissa runs towards restrooms only to find Deku running away from three angry girls, one with what looks like ice cream in her hair. Ahahaha. Izuku keeps laughing as he runs away. Melissa immediately noticing his glowing eyes as they stop glowing. Izuku holds his head in pain. Ow. What? He asks, only to see the three girls approaching. We just wanted you to sing. That was the rudest thing I've ever seen. One says. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Izuku yells, only for Melissa to take his hand and run as the three girls chase after them. Melissa. Deku yells as they keep running until they think they're gone. I think we lost them. Deku, what happened? Why were those three girls so mad at you? Melissa asks. I was on my way back to you guys when those girls approached me. They wanted me to sing, but I didn't want a repeat of yesterday, so I tried to refuse. The next thing I knew, you were holding my hand and we were running away from them. Izuku says, I think you might have actually put that girl's ice cream in her hair. Melissa says, sweat dropping. Izuku was shocked and even disgusted with himself. What's going on? Why is he having these breakdowns? Well, come on, let's get back. Eri is waiting with your mom. Melissa says, yes. Right. Izuku says. Izuku. Melissa asks. Yeah. He suddenly feels a pair of lips on his left cheek. Melissa blushes, looking away embarrassed as Izuku feels like he's about to pass out. We better get back, she says, blushing, with Izuku nodding as the two make their way back until they eventually find Inko sunbathing. Oh, where have you two been? And where's Eri? Inko asked, growing concerned. What do you mean? I told her to come to you. Melissa says, beginning to panic. No, I haven't seen her. Inko yells, now in full panic mode, as Izuku begins frantically looking around for and then. Hi Daddy. The three turn, with Izuku's face going red, his nose bleeding, to see Mirko wearing a white bikini with gold striping, holding Eri in her arms. I take it this little girl belongs to you? She asks, manly looking at Izuku. Izuku snaps out of his trance as he takes Eri from the rabbit heroine. Why yes Mirko, thank you. Izuku says while trying to not look at her huge chest and massive thighs. Eri, what were you thinking? Running off like that? Inko says. Eri looks down, feeling guilty, tears forming in her eyes. I am sorry. I just wanted to talk to Ms. Bunny Lady. Eri says, crying. Izuku sighs, bedding down and picking her up, kissing her horn. It's okay Snowball, we're not mad, just ask Mom next time, okay? Izuku says, smiling. Okay Daddy, she says, smiling again. Mirko can't help but smile at the sight. She must say, despite him making her spill her drink the other day, Midoriya seems like a good father. Thanks again Ms. Mirko, we appreciate it. Izuku says. Yeah, don't mention it, she is quite adorable, she says while gently rubbing Eri's head. Hey, I'm sorry about yesterday, it really was an accident and I hope I can make it up to you somehow. Izuku says. Mirko smiles. Most guys wouldn't even apologize, but this green-haired broccoli head just did. Maybe she has found the one for her. She can't be sure yet, because she wants to see how he fights first, but if Midoriya can actually fight and keep up with her, even if he loses, she will have found herself a boyfriend. Yeah, don't worry about it, but that doesn't mean I'm still gonna go easy on you in the tournament. You better be ready for the fight of your life, because I'm gonna break all the bones in your body, heal you, then break them again, she says with a mad smile before leaving, Izuku getting a perfect view of her ass, making him blush again, only to notice Melissa glaring at her in jealousy. Bye Ms. Bunny Lady, Eri yells. Mirko blushes from the nickname, finding Eri to be absolutely adorable as one of the guys looking at her ass hears it as well. Ms. Bunny Lady, that's kinda foo. Luna arc, she yells, delivering a powerful front-facing axe kick on the guy's face, sending him flying back and probably with a swollen black eye. Only that little girl can call me that, she says, pissed. After a long day of classes, the students of Class 1A, 1B, the staff, and the pros who have been attending, arrive back to the gym to listen to more of Izuku's songs. Welcome back everyone. I hope you're all ready to listen to more of Midoriya's music, he says, going through Midoriya's bag, finding a song called Trumpets. Every time that you get undressed, I hear symphonies in my head. I wrote this song just looking at you, oh. Yeah, the drums they swing low, and the trumpets they go, and the trumpets they go. Yeah, the trumpets they go. Ooh, and they go. WHAAAT. As all anyone could say. Momo, Ochako, Najire, Fua, Fuyumi and all the girls are blushing, with Mandalay quickly covering Kota's ears, with a hug blush on her face as well. Was Izuku really singing about a girl undressing and him missing her? Is it weird that I hear violins whenever you're gone? Whenever you're gone. Yeah, is it weird that your ass remind me of a Kanye West song? Kanye West song. Is it weird that I hear trumpets when you're turning me on? Turning me on. Is it weird that your bra remind me of a Katy Perry song? Every time that you get undressed, I hear symphonies in my head. I wrote this song just looking at you, oh, oh. Yeah, the drums they swing low. And the trumpets they go, and they're playing for you, girl. And the trumpets they go, ah, yeah, yeah, the trumpets they go. Wait, is he talking about having sex with someone? All the girls yell internally, but one thing stuck out to them. He said, girls, does this mean Izuku has more than one crush? All the girls and women who like him hoping they are some of the ones he loves. Oh oh whoa, yeah, the trumpets they go. Da, ah da da, ah da da, ah da, ah da da, and they go. Damn, is it weird that I hear angels every time that you moan? Time that you moan. Oh, yeah, is it weird that your eyes remind me of a Coldplay song? Coldplay song. Is it weird that I hear trumpets when you're turning me on? Turning me on. Is it weird that your bra remind me of a Katy Perry song? Every time that you get undressed, I hear symphonies in my head. I wrote this song looking at you. Oh, 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 yeah. When Izuku hit that note, a lot of the girls feel their panties becoming wet. Fuck, I'm so wet. Mount Lady thinks, not wanting to say it out loud, not knowing all the girls and women were thinking similar dirty things as her. That kitten can come play with me anytime he wants, meow. Pixie Bob thinks, licking her lips in lust with Shino, and Tomoko blushing, wanting to go somewhere to relieve their stress, while Midnight licks her lips, rubbing her inner thighs together. Izuku. Fuyumi says, having pink hearts in her eyes, drooling, making Shoto and Natsuo look at her, concerned only to see love, lust and hunger in her eyes. Midoriya, what have you done to our sister? They both think, worried, though more so for Midoriya's innocence, as the song continues. Every time that you get undressed, every time that you get undressed, I hear symphonies in my head, I hear symphonies in my head. I wrote this song, just looking at you, oh, oh, just looking at you, girl. Yeah, the drums they swing low. And the trumpets they go. Ha, acapella on 'em. They go. Whoa whoa, oh yeah, oh. Come on, come on, come on. They go. Oh my, that was unexpected. Perhaps I should find a more appropriate song. Nezu says, searching through the bag looking for another song, until he finds one called That's the Way It Is, as he puts it into the player. The many miles we walked. The many things we learned. The building of a shrine. Only just to burn. Interesting. This song seems about encouraging us to trust in our journey and to remember that, no matter the path, that is how it is. Nezu says while the girls are listening with blushes, even though it's not a love song. May the wind be at your back. Good fortune touch your hand. May the cards lay out a straight. All from your command. That's the way it is. 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 Blue heron leaves the northern sky. It trusts the journey to new heights. What's the meaning of the scar? If we don't learn how to heal, should we ever be apart? Then how does it feel? That's the way it is. 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 Shine light into darkness. Shine light into darkness. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. So many miles to walk. That's the way it is. So many things we've got to learn. That's the way it is. Oh oh, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Oh, that's the way it is. As the song ends, everyone cheers as Nezu then grabs another song, this one called No More Parties in LA. La dee da da a, I like this flavor. La da 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 dee da da ah, la. Let me tell you, I'm out here. From a very far away place. All for a chance to be a star. Nowhere seems to be too far. Holy shit. It's a rap song. I didn't think Midoriya could rap. Mina yells, dancing to it as Mandalay covers Kota's ears while thinking of talking to Midoriya in private and maybe do some other things with him. Yep, but it's not his favorite type of music, that's why he doesn't do it much. Mirio says, this is also just my opinion, I'm not a big fan of rap music myself, but I wanted to include this song because one of the comments requested it. No more parties in LA. Please, baby, no more parties in LA, No more parties in LA. Please, baby, no more parties in LA, No more Los Angeles. Please shake that body, party that bod. Please shake that body, party that body. Please shake that body, party that body. The girls are blushing by this as both Midnight and Mount Lady smile, thinking of doing just that when Izuku returns. Hey baby, you forgot your Ray-Bans. And my sheets still orange from your spray tan. It was more than soft porn for the K-man. She remember my sprinter. Said, I was in the grape van. Well cutie, I like your bougie booty. Come Erica Badu me, well, let's make a movie. Hell, you know my repertoire is like a wrestler. I show you the ropes, connect the dots. A country girl that love Hollywood. Mama used to cook red beans and rice. Now it's Denny's, 4 in the morning, spoil your appetite. Liquor pouring and niggas swarming your section with erection. Smoke in every direction, middle finger pedestrians. R&B singers and lesbians, rappers and managers. Music and iPhone cameras. This shit unanimous for you, it's damaging for you, I think. That pussy should only be holding exclusive rights to me, I mean. He flew you in this motherfucker on first class. Even went out his way so you could check in an extra bag. Now you wanna divide the yam like it equate the math. That shit don't add up, you're making him mad as fuck. She said she came out here to find an A- list rapper. I said baby, spin that round and say the alphabet backwards. You're dealing with malpractice, don't kill a good nigga's confidence. Just cause he a nerd and you don't know what a condom is. The head's still good though, the head's still good though. Make me say, na myoho renge kyo. Make a nigga say big words and act lyrical. Make me get spiritual. Make me believe in miracles, Buddhist monks and Cap'n Crunch cereal. Lord have mercy, thou will not hurt me. 5 buddies all herded up on a Thursday. Bottle service, head service, I came in first place. The opportunity, the proper top of breast and booty cheek. The pop community, I mean these bitches come with union fee. And I want 2 of these, moving units through consumer streets. Then my shoe released, she was kicking in gratuity. And yeah gee, I was all for it. She said K. Lamar, you kind of dumb to be a poet. I'ma put you on game for the lames that don't know they're a rookie. Instagram is the best way to promote some pussy. Scary, scary, no more parties in LA. Please, baby, no more parties in LA. Friday night trying to make it into the city. Breakneck speeds, passenger seat something pretty. Thinking back to how I got here in the first place. Second class bitches wouldn't let me on first base. A backpack nigga with luxury taste buds. And the Louis Vuitton store, got all of my pay stubs. Got pussy from beats I did for niggas more famous. When did I become a list? I wasn't even on a list. Strippers get invited to where they only get hired. When I get on my Steve Jobs, somebody gone, get fired. I was uninspired since Lauryn Hill retired. Any rumor you ever heard about me was true and legendary. I done got Lewinsky and paid secretaries. For all my niggas with babies by bitches. That use they kids as meal tickets. Not knowing the disconnect from the father. The next generation will be the real victims. I can't fault them really. I remember Amber told my boy no matter what happens she ain't going back to Philly. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Of weak content and slow jammin'. But don't worry. This one's so jammin'. You know it, LA, it's so jammin'. I be thinkin' every day. Mulholland Drive, need to put up some goddamn barricades. I be paranoid every time. The pressure, the problem ain't I be drivin'. The problem is I be textin'. My psychiatrist got kids that I inspired. First song they played for me was 'bout their friend that just died. Textin' and drivin' down Mulholland Drive. That's why I'd rather take the 405. I be worried 'bout my daughter, I be worried 'bout Kim. But Saint is baby ye, I ain't worried 'bout him. I had my life threatened by best friends who had selfish intents. What I'm supposed to do? Ride around with a bulletproof car and some tints. Every agent I know I hate agents. I'm too black, I'm too vocal, I'm too flagrant. Something smellin' like shit, that's the new fragrance. It's just me, I do it my way, bitch. Some days I'm in my Yeezys, some days I'm in my Vans. If I knew y'all made plans I wouldn't have popped the songs. I know some fans who thought I wouldn't rap like this again. But the writer's block is over, MCs cancel your plans. A 38-year-old with rich nigga problems. Tell my wife that I hate the rolls so I don't never drive it. It took 6 months to get the Maybach all matted out. And my assistant crashed it soon as they backed it out. God damn, got a bald fade, I might slam. Pink fur, got nori dressing like Cam, thank God for me. Whole family gettin' money, thank God for E. I love rockin' jewelry, a whole neck full. Bitches say he funny and disrespectful. I feel like Pablo when I'm workin' on my shoes. I feel like Pablo when I see me on the news. I feel like Pablo when I'm workin' on my house. Tell 'em parties in here, we don't need to go out. We need the turbo thoughts, high speed, turbo thoughts. Drop drop it like Robocop. She brace herself and hold my stomach, good dick'll do that. She keep pushin' me back, good dick'll do that. She push me back when the dick go too deep. This good dick'll put your ass to sleep. Get money, 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 money. Big, big money, 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 money. And as far as real friends, tell all my cousins I love 'em. Even the one that stole the laptop, you dirty motherfucker. I just keep on loving you, baby. And there's no one else I know who can take your place. Please, no more parties in LA. Please, baby, no more parties in LA, No more parties in LA. Please, baby, no more parties in LA, No more parties in LA. Please, baby, no more parties in LA, No more, Los Angeles. I'm out here from a very far away place. All for a chance to be a star. Nowhere seems to be too far. Jesus. This song is too long. The song ends as Nezu speaks through the microphone. Alright everyone, that's enough for tonight. We will listen to a few more songs tomorrow before the first round of the tournament begins. Have a good night. He says, smiling as Ochako, Koika, Momo, Yui, Fua and Najire and the other girls head back to their dorm rooms, relive themselves while thinking about Izuku. Alright Toshi, 3, 2, 1 Tada. Here it is, the fusion chamber, the only thing can save Midoriya. David says, showing All Might the new fusion chamber. Great work Dave, All Might says, grinning widely. We should run a rest before calling Midoriya. Toshi, would you do the honor? David asks as All Might pushes down on the lever down as the machine actives, giving a bright green glow. Everything seems to be going well when suddenly, boom, the machine explodes. Ah! The two yell as David quickly grabs a fire extinguisher and blasts it onto the fire, putting out the flames as the two look at the new destroyed fusion chamber in horror. No, no, David dazed, falling to his knees, putting his hands over his head. That's it Toshi, it's over. I am sorry, but I can't build a new fusion chamber. David says, looking down a deep sad aura surrounding him as All Might looks at him shocked and horrified. What Dave, you can't quite, there's still time. All Might yells, trying to motivate him. I'm sorry All Might, I can't do it. Dave says, on the verge of tears, knowing how badly this is, but has lost all hope of Izuku surviving. Now, there's no hope for the future. Dave says, looking at Izuku's charge meter to see it's now at 45%. I've failed. Dave says as Toshinori approaches, putting his hand on his shoulder. Dave, you are one of the most smartest men I have ever met. Hell, you even made all 4 of my costumes. You are the only one who can do this. All Might says. But what if it? David tries to say, only for All Might to cut him off. Dave, I know you can do this. I'm here to help all the way. Toshinori says, smiling determined. David sighs as he looks at Izuku's charge level that continues to go down before looking at All Might, his confidence restored. Toshi, my tools, he says, serious as All Might smiles. The next day. Welcome back everyone. I hope you all have had a pleasant morning. I have decided that because the Island Fighting Tournament will be starting in just a few hours, I thought I should give everyone the next 2 days off to see Izuku Midoriya's participation. Najire, Fuyumi, Fua, the girls of 1A and 1B are excited. They will be rooting and cheering for their green-haired cinnamon roll. Auntie, are you rooting for Deku? Kota asks, sitting in Shino's lap. Of course we are, Kota. However, Midoriya will be up against some of the toughest students and pros, but if Midoriya can save you while having broken arms, then I know he can win. Shino says, smiling at her nephew as Monoma from Class 1B starts laughing. Please, I bet that green-haired dog will lose. Monoma says as Itsuka is about to hit him, only for Vlad King to yell at him. That's enough Monoma, he says, frustrated. Wait, your Monoma. Oh ho ho ho. Hey Todoroki, remember that song Midoriya made, right? Mirio asks smiling. Yeah. Principal Nezu look for a song called The Antagonist. He says with a small smile, making everyone look at him confused, as he turns to Kota and Mandalay. You might want to cover his ears, this song isn't exactly for kids. He says as Shino nods, covering Kota's ears as Todoroki turns to Monoma. Prepare to get burned, he says coldly as the song starts playing. Yeah, can y'all turn my headphones down? Significantly. Cool, that's good. It was super loud. First of all, this shit about me. I ain't made this shit for y'all, that's the damn thing. I've been waiting pretty long to get on some shit and rip it for Deku. So just consider this my damn theme song, baby. I've been working hella hard, though. There's people telling me I'm about to be a star, bro. But when I play 'em some of this, they like nobody want the pissed lil Deku. You the funny kid, that's where your car go. That metaphor about my lane, if you're retardo. I'm bubbling like I'm in a soda, word to Fargo. I'm trying to get the fucking fame and it's a tricky little game you gotta play. Sometimes you gotta tell your heart, no. Here's the problem I've been having. I wanna make my favorite type of music. And the shit I like to bump is not the type I'm brewing. I be on that, fuck the world, you motherfuckers losing, type of shit. Like all you haters, look at what the fuck I'm doing. All my favorite rappers not amusing. And I love my funny stuff, I hope it's not confusing. I'm just saying, when you doing something time consuming, every now and then you wanna spaz. Why I didn't go with jazz, motherfucker. Get up in yo ass, motherfucker. Y'all are trash, you ain't even know the half. I could rattle off a lot of opposition to rap game. But honestly I'm not in the position for that plane. To carry any weight, I just gotta carry on and wait. Till a motherfucker carry all the weight. Hypothetically, though, I probably tell you that I'm better than you'll ever be, bro. I probably tell you it's objective, I'm more impressive. You pressing play, and form a perspective. I'm guessing more or less it won't be competitive. Y'all adorable, sedative kind of rappers, so deplorably editive. Nothing's worse than when a moron's repetitive. I don't get it, how is everyone the same dude? The rookie walking on the court like, man, I can't lose. They playing Deku, everybody in the room be like, that's some shit. Playing yo bum ass, they be like, that's some shit. Y'all are bubbles with the rapping. Lil Deku get it popping, you could say he bubble rapping. The irony in all of this is I've been funny rapping. Yet the youngin' snapping to the point where all of y'all are funny rapping. Congratulations, y'all can write a hook. At my graduation, they was saying I could write a book. If a Rotten Tomatoes site existed for us rappers, I would be a 97, y'all would hover around a 64. Little Deku spit that Pixar. Hope you seeing why I really like to spit hard. Only problem is I'm rapping to rappers. To the people that be listening, that world doesn't matter. Wanna know what the advantage of the rapper who black is? The N-word is his antagonist. Before you get all huff and puff about it, think about it, the analyst. The fact they always use it's no accident. For example, I could be like, go figure. I don't think I'm one to fuck with all you ho. Y'all can fill in the blank. But that don't make it so you don't gotta rap at a rapper. That applies to every detractor. But even if I had a word like it, the nerd never disturbed. It's absurd but I'm looking round and ain't nobody verse me. I don't think a motherfucker's ever tried to hurt me. Everyone I see has been supportive on this journey. Like where my haters at. I'm thirsty. I just really wanna talk my shit, be like, y'all ain't shit. But y'all ain't shit, like, y'all don't exist. I could talk about the people that are dicks but I feel like that's whack. That'll get old quick. Robin Williams in Jack. Who the fuck is my antagonist? Is it you? Is it you? If it's you, let me tell you something. You ain't even got a clue about the shit that's coming. You don't wanna be the dude in 5 years like. The fuck? I dissed that. Shit was pretty clear, how the fuck I missed that? You know that I ain't fucking light, bruh. I just fucked around and did this overnight, bruh. I just fucked around and quit a fucking job where I was making triple digits then the comma got involved, dog. This wasn't rapping or trapping. This was rapping or a big ol' fucking house with a family. Who the fuck is listening that's been making Deku so angry? Is it you? Is it you? I'm just waiting on some non-believers. The writing isn't on the wall, it's coming out your speakers. Anybody disagree? I'm being so facetious, homie, I mean it. Forget the website, I'm the only motherfucking rap genius. Where you doubters at? I'm trying to hear it. Maybe it's the motherfuckers never paying mind to lyrics. I would dumb it down for y'all to try make it more appealing. But the ones who hang on every word think I'm kinda peerless. But even with no attention, you can kinda tell this motherfucker killing this section. You can kinda tell this motherfucker still an erection. But getting harder by the minute, just admit it, it's sexy. The funny fact about this shit. I gotta rap about the fact I wanna rap about this shit to even rap about this shit. Nobody been sleeping on Deku. It's only been a year and bitches been sleeping on Deku. Nobody took over the game with they first tape. This motherfucker hasn't struggled since the first grade. Add it up. There's no excuse to go berserk, Dave. Can't debate this shit, you got to skip, you not on first take. So what the fuck am I mad for? What's some other shit that I could actually spaz for? Maybe it's the fact that I've been stuck in this lab for 100 fucking days straight cooking up raps, or the fact this shit been taking over everything in life. I gotta make it, so I made the call to leave it all behind. That's my girl, that's my world, that's beyond being busy. Now the only one that gets to David Bird is Lil Deku. See, I told you this about me. Go on and look up in the mirror, see with LD. Who you hate, boy. Only care about me, said I'm straight, boy. Maybe I'm the one that got a hit when I wanna murder shit. Y'all probably thinking, who is David Bird? And shit, y'all just wanna hear some LD. But I ain't made this shit for y'all, that's the damn thing. The whole gym is silent until his ass just got fucking roasted. Bakugo yells laughing. Both Class 1A and 1B are laughing at the fact that Monoma just got put in his place as he just sits there with his mouth open, unable to say anything. Ha ha ha, look at his face. Mount Lady says, laughing as Pixie Bob starts purring. Looks like kitten has some claws. She says, smiling. From what I've seen and from training with him, he's one person you wouldn't want to miss with. Tiger says, oh, I'm definitely gonna miss with him when he gets back, she says, raising her hand. Ryako. Mandalay says, still covering Kota's ears, making the boy confused. Ah. Fine, let's make it a three-way. Huh. Shino yells, blushing. You can count me in. Ragdoll says, excited. Well, Mr. Nito, I suggest you set back down. The tournament is about to start, he says, switching the TV to the right channel as the first round is about to start with Izuku versus Yo Shindo. Izuku is in the locker rooms as he changes into his hero costume as he hears the announcer speak over the comms. Attention all participants. The first match will begin in 2 minutes. The first fighters make your way to the arena. The announcer says as Izuku looks at the board to see he's up first and will be fighting against Yo Shindo. Izuku says, remembering him from the provisional hero license exam, and he may seem kind and polite at first, but it's a trick. Shindo's attitude can change on a whim. Sometimes even in an instant, especially when he's angry. I'll have to act fast. His quirk vibrate will be difficult to get around, so if I can use full cowling fast enough I can knock him out of bounds. Mutter, mutter, mutter. Izuku says as the other fighters look at him a little freaked out. SpongeBob narrator. Later. Alright. Welcome everyone to Island's fighting tournament. For the first match we have the young hero that saved Professor Shield, Izuku Midoriya. The announcer says as Izuku enters the field with a confident smile. The audience, especially the girls who know he can sing, cheers him on. Go Daddy! Eri yells, setting in Inko's lap Melissa next to her as the two giggle at how cute Eri is. And fighting him, the smart and cunning Yo Shindo. As Shindo enters the arena as well. Well, if it isn't the famous Izuku Midoriya, it's been a while, you've become famous for your singing. He says, smiling. Izuku isn't fooled as he immediately gets into a battle stance ready. Shindo frowns, his face becoming serious as he also gets into a battle stance ready to put his hands on the ground as the pro hero cow lady speaks up. Combatants ready. Begin, she yells. Shindo immediately slams his hands on the ground, activating his quirk as the ground immediately begins shacking. Izuku jumps using full cowling and delivers a powerful front-facing kick to his face. Mirko wikes in shock but also excitement, thumbing her feet. Seems Midoriya took a page from my book. She says, grinning while eating a carrot. Shindo recovers, his nose broken as he punks Izuku in the face, sending him flying back. Sorry Midoriya, I respect you a lot, but this win is mine. He yells jumping forward, knowing no one other than UA and a few pro heroes has really seen Izuku use it. He then launches Black Whip from his finger, wrapping it around him. Shindo, the audience, even Mirko are shocked by the fact that Midoriya has another quick as Izuku swings his arm before throwing Shindo out of bounds. Yo, Shindo is out of bounds. The winner of the first match is Izuku Midoriya. Cow Lady says. The audience cheers, including everyone watching from the gym at UA. Way to go Deku. Kota yells, cheering for his hero, soon to be dad, as the girls also cheer as most of the guys clap. I must say that was impressive. Now that Midoriya's first match for the day is over, let us continue to listen to some more of his music. Nezu says. Back on Island, Shindo frowns, angry that he lost, as he looks up to see a hand reaching out to him. Don't be mad Shindo, you did great. Izuku says with a kind smile. Shindo sighs, knowing he shouldn't be so angry, as he takes Midoriya's hand. Thinks you did great too. Just be ready for your fight Tomro. I'm certain she will be coming for you. He says as Izuku gulps, knowing he means Mirko, as Izuku exits the field going up to the stands, deciding to stay to watch Mirko's fight against the second-year student at Shiketsu High School, Nagamasa Mora. Daddy, Eri says as Izuku sets down between All Might, his mom and Melissa, taking Eri and setting her on his lap. Izuku, you were amazing. Melissa says, smiling, amazed. Ms. King Izuku blushes. All Might ruffles his hair. Well done young Midoriya. Now we must get you ready to face the highest-ranking heroine in all of Japan. Toshinori says as Izuku nods. Right, Izuku says, smiling as he turns his attention to the field. And for our next match, she's the highest-ranking heroine and the number 5 hero, she's the rabbit hero Mirko. The announcer yells as Mirko hops into the arena, grinning and determined. I'll kick anyone who gets in my way, she says with a mad grin, making Izuku gulp, because even from all the way down there she's looking at him. Versus. He's Harry, he's the representative of his class, he's Nagamasa Mora. The announcer says as Mora enters the arena as well. Let us have a good clean fight. He says. Combatants ready. Begin. Cow Lady yells. Mora stretches out his hair as Mirio runs to him. Ha! This will be easy, Luna Tijeras. She yells, mounting her opponent's head and grips him tightly with her legs before twisting her body, pulling with all of her superhuman leg strength and smashing him into the ground. Nagamasa Mora has been defeated. Mirio is the winner. Cowgirl says as Izuku is shacking, terrified by how quickly she beat Mora. Daddy, aren't you happy? Ms. Bunny Lady won. Eri says, smiling as Toshinori looks at his trembling successor. Mirko is powerful, while not as strong as Endeavor or himself back in his prime. Toshi knows that Mirko will not go down without a long hard fight. Why yes Eri, but now that she's won, Tomro I will have to fight her, he says, nervous. Later, Izuku walks alone on the streets. Melissa and his mom had decided to show Eri the Expo, so Izuku decided to out walking for a bit as he suddenly feels a hand on his shoulder. Hey, Izuku nervously turns around to see none other than Mirko herself in front of him. Mirko, what can I do for you? He asks, stuttering. Where's your girlfriend and kid? She asks, wondering about Melissa and Eri, making Izuku blush. She's not my girlfriend. Izuku says, looking down, embarrassed. Could have fooled me, now come on, follow me. She says, confusing Izuku. What do you mean? He asks as Mirko turns to face him. To get to know my opponent some, so you follow me now. Got it, she yells, scaring him as he nods nervously. Later, SpongeBob narrator. So Midoriya, tell me about yourself. Mirko asks, with the two currently sitting in a karaoke bar. Well, okay, but first, can you sign my hero notebook? Izuku asks nervously, handing her his hero notebook and a pen. Yeah, why not? She says, sighing it and giving it back to him. Thank you. Izuku says, nervous but happy he got her autograph. Don't mention it. Now tell me Midoriya, why do you want to be a hero? She asked. Well, I want to be just like All Might in that I can help people smile. I want to become the world's greatest hero. He says, smiling. Kinda ironic since your quirks are so similar. You can also sing, right? She asked. Why yes, but it's just a hobby. I don't plan on making music as a profession. He says. Alright, Mr. Singer, sing me something. Mirko says, pointing to the stage. What? I. Izuku sighs. At least there aren't too many people in here, especially girls, as he gets up on the stage to see Mirko smirking. Then it hit him. Mirko was challenging him. Even with their fight Tomro, she's still challenging him as he turns to the DJ. Play Do Ya Like? He says as the DJ gives him a thumbs up, finding the song and playing it. Without me knowing, they melt my heart to stone. And I hear your words that I made up. You say my name like there could be an us. I best tidy up. Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to ya, do it to ya. Let me do ya like. Logic. Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to ya, do it to ya. Let me do ya like. Yeah. Let me get it right now, make you get aroused. Baby, you been on my mind for a while now. I just wanna take some time. Write this rhyme with a beautiful woman like you in mind, baby, be mine. I'm trying to find what makes you tick. Can we talk? Maybe walk around the park. Trust me, girl. I'll stand apart. All women ain't bitches. And all men aren't dogs even though we bark. 'Cause I just want to get to know you. Maybe run around and show you what a gentleman is. Yeah, tell me what it do. Shawty, I'm coming for you. Ain't talking about sex. I'm talking about something from above. I'm talking about love. I'm talking about love. Love. Yeah, now that you know that I'm for real, it's the perfect time to kill any fear that you may have, baby girl. I won't be mad if you ain't feelin' it. But if you down, better believe I'm killin' it. Take you to the crib on that late night drillin' it. Mirko and the other woman in the bar blush as Mirko looks at Izuku, curious. She has already been thinking he might be the one for her, but she can't fall for him so easily yet. She has to see how good he can fight first. Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to ya, do it to ya. Let me do ya like. Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to ya, do it to ya. Let me do ya like. Wait a second, hold up. How the hell you think I got this name? Girl, I'm all about the brain. Why you think they call me Logic? Okay, condom in my pocket. Lay on the bed, let me rock it. Please don't stop the spit from profit. But this right here on the house. Fuck the bed, we cuttin' on the floor then. Later on the couch. Ladies give out. Till I gets it in. Make you scream and make you grin. From the very beginnin'. From the second I'm in. I'm trying to tease you. Let me please you. Baby girl, you know I need you. Do you like you never had it done? Putting work with this one right here. Yeah, you know it's just for fun. Give it to you like I was trying to conceive a son. I gets it done, then I'm ready for more. So, ain't no telling where we'll go. But one thing that I know for sure. This angel has no halo. I don't play no games. You can ask my ex, I never eat the box. But if I control her, I may select some freaky shit to start. Then bring it back. We can go for hours. Girl, I never slept. Tell me how you want it. Face to face or rough and from the back. Just like that. She gone. Overwork me if I let her. But I don't give a damn. I just wanna feel better, eh? Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to ya, do it to ya. Let me do ya like. Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to ya, do it to ya. Let me do ya like. Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to ya, do it to ya. Let me do ya like. Everyone in the bar cheers for Izuku as he blushes but smiles as he gosses to set back down to see Mirko completely shocked, her face redder than Kirishima's hair. How did I do? Izuku asked nervously. Mirko only nods her head, getting up about to leave, only to stop at the exit looking back at Izuku. You did great, but you're not gonna be able to win me over that easily, so I'll tell you what, Tomro, if you beat me. Mirko stops looking at Izuku with lust in her eyes. I'll give you a reward, she says, leaving. Wait, what? Izuku yells, going to the bathroom to splash some water on his face. What did she mean by reward? I don't. Ga. Ga. Roar. Roar. Izuku yells, his eyes glowing green as he proceeds to destroy everything in that bathroom. Friday. This is it. This is what Izuku had been training for. He had just won his second match against the number 9 hero Yoroi Musha, while Mirko won against her own friend the dragon hero Yukio, and now it was time. If he beats Mirko, he not just wins the tournament but also will get whatever this reward is from Mirko as he makes his way to the arena. In the stands. Oh, I'm so nervous. I hope Izuku can beat her, Inko says, nervous. Yeah, me too, but where is Papa and Uncle Might? They should be here by now. Melissa says, concerned. Don't worry, Melissa. They'll be here, I hope. Inko whispers before turning to Eri, who's sitting in Melissa's lap eating a candy apple. Who do you think will win, Eri? Inko asked. I like Ms. Bunny Lady, but I want Daddy to win. Eri says, smiling, enjoying her treat. Back at UA, everyone likes knowing this will be a brutal fight. Deku, one of, if not the most powerful student of Class 1A versus the highest ranking heroine in all of Japan. Man, this sure going to be one hell of a fight. You think Midoriya will be strong enough to actually beat a pro hero as powerful as Mirko? Kirishima asked. Deku's gonna kick that bunny's butt. Kota says, making the pussycat sweat drop, while Shoto looks at the TV concerned. Even with both arms broken, Izuku had almost beaten him during the sports festival. The only reason Shoto had won was because Midoriya finally got him to use his fire. Even if he has more control now, if Midoriya is forced to, he will resort to breaking himself just to win. And if he does this against Mirko, he fears Mirko may beat him, but he will still be rooting for Midoriya. The girls of 1A, 1B, Najire, Fuyumi, Fua and the others are nervous for their cinnamon roll, but they also believe Izuku can do this. Back on I Island, Izuku waits in the tunnel, as he looks up to see Eri, together with his mom and Melissa, but where is All Might and Mr. Shield? With All Might and Dave. All right, Toshinori, that should so it. David says as he and All Might look at the now repaired fusion chamber. David is about to test but falls back. He's scared because he knows if it blows up again, there will be no time to build it again and Midoriya will soon die. This has to work. Toshi, I don't know about this. What if it doesn't work? Dave asks, looking at the former number 1 hero, as All Might puts his hand on his friend's shoulder. Dave, it will. Toshinori says as the two look back at the glass machine as David is about to start it. Back with Izuku. Alright everyone, this is it. We're down to the final round of this year's fighting tournament, the green-haired boy Izuku Midoriya versus the rabbit hero Mirko. The announcer yells as both Izuku and Rumi enter the arena. So this is it. Hope you're ready to have every bone in your body broken. She says, grinning. Izuku frowns, getting into a battle stance. I won't go down that easily. Thump. 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 Mirko has never been more excited for a fight in her life. This will be fun, she says as Cowgirl speaks up. Combatants ready. Go, she yells. Mirko immediately charges at Izuku, but just as Izuku is about to attack, the electric pain returns as his eyes glow bright green, green lighting surrounding his body as OFA surges through his arm. Ha 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 ha. Detroit smash, he yells, slamming his fist into the ground, creating a giant blast of wind. Damn, I can't see. Where the hell did he go? Mirko panics, frantically searching for her opponent, only to nearly dodge a giant black tentacle of energy nearly crushing her. As the smoke clears to reveal Izuku with his hood on, his eyes glowing through them, growling like a predator about to kill his prey. Man, Midoriya looks kinda scary with his mask on, not to mention his glowing eyes. Kaminari says as everyone continues watching, nervous. What the hell? Mirko says, noticing Midoriya's sudden change. Although she's not gonna lie, if Midoriya had the bunny ears to honor her, she was kinda touched by that, but not completely. Come here, you little shitstain, Luna Arc. She yells, about to deliver a powerful kick, only for Izuku to punch her in the stomach. That's a solid punch. Midoriya landed a hit on Mirko. Iida says shocked. Mirko gets back up looking up as Izuku jumps at her. Delivery another powerful wind blast. Mirko is amazed that Izuku hasn't broken his arm yet like he did during the sports festival. He's definitely improved, and for most of the fight so far it's her who's been on the defensive, not at all what she had planned. Midoriya wasn't just keeping up with her, he was ahead, however this time she's expecting him, and as he's about to get her from behind, she delivers a powerful kick to Izuku's face knocking his hood off sending him flying back. Mirko grins madly, she's done it, she's finally found the one for her, even if he loses she will make Izuku her new boyfriend. Mirko looks towards him and immediately notices his glowing green eyes, the electricity around him as if his body is glitching, making her wonder if Midoriya is actually the one fighting her. Angry Izuku jumps onto the air as he charges up OFA at 100%. Ah ha 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 ha. Izuku laughs like he's gone completely insane, as most of the audience realizes what's about to happen. Shit, Mirko says knowing what's about to happen. Ha 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 ha. United States of Smash. Izuku yells slamming his fist into Mirko's cheek knocking her down creating a massive shock wave of wind and dust as everyone watching from UA have their mouths open especially Bakugo. As the dust clears Izuku's eyes stop glowing as he coughs up blood only to notice his fist in the now unconscious Mirko's cheek. I did it. I won. Much to her shock Cow Lady then announces the winner. Mirko has been defeated. The winner of this year's tournament is Izuku Midoriya. Cow Lady says as the audience erupts in cheers. Way to do daddy, Deku. Both Melissa and Eri yells happy for their crushed dad while Inko and Principal Nezu are more concerned knowing that Izuku suffered another breakdown, making Nezu hope that the fusion chamber was done, knowing Izuku probably does not have much time left. Oh how right he was. With All Might and David. Just as David is about to turn it on, Izuku's charge meter turns red and starts beeping as the two look in horror to see Izuku's energy now only at 5%. They had been so focused on rebuilding the fusion chamber that they completely forgot to check Izuku's charts. No. Young Midoriya's molecules are about to blow. We have to get him into the fusion chamber now. All Might yells as he starts running to the door, as David activates the machine's anti-gravity allowing them to move it with ease. But All Might shouldn't we test it? There isn't time. All Might yells as he and David race to find Izuku. Izuku stands on the stage, a huge smile on his face. He did it, he actually beat Mirko. While the circumstances of how he won trouble him, he still did it, as Cow Lady walks over to him. Congratulations Izuku Midoriya. I must say you put on quite a show, is there anything you want to say? She asks as Izuku remembers what All Might told him. Young Midoriya, I know I told you this once just before the sports festival, but this time I know you can do it now that you have more control over OFA. I want you to tell everyone in that stadium that you are here. Yes, I just want to say I am here. He yells tears flowing as he raises his fist into the air. Everyone in the stadium cheers but then what Cow Lady says next changes everything. So you're also the boy that sings, why don't you sing for everyone? She asks with a smile. Izuku freezes, he never thought he would be asked that, as he looks up at the audience, but mostly at Eri who's looking at him excited wanting to hear Izuku sing. Okay, but I need an instrument, he tries to say only for Cow Lady to hand him a guitar. Izuku sighs thinking of a song until he thinks of one and starts playing. Look into my eyes, you will see what you mean to me. Search your heart, search your soul. When you find me there, you'll search no more. Don't tell me it's not worth trying for. You can't tell me it's not worth dying for. You know it's true, you know it's true. Everything I do it for you. Every single girl in the stadium including Cowgirl and Melissa blushes from the teen's vocals. Deku, Ochako says smiling dreamily having pink hearts in her eyes with Momo, Fuyumi, Najire, Fua and the other girls in a similar state. Yeah, look into your heart, you will find. There is nothing there to hide. Take me as I am, take my life. I would give it all, I would sacrifice. Don't tell me it's not worth fighting for. I can't help it, there's nothing I want more. You know it's true, everything I do it for you. Mirko who had just woke up wasn't healed from her injuries also hears Izuku sing over the comms and blushes while grinning. She's gonna have a lot of fun with him later, she thinks as she keeps listening to the song. There's no love, like your love. And no other could give me more love. There's nowhere, unless you're there. All the time, all the way. You can't tell me it's not worth trying for. Just can't help it, there's nothing I want more. Oh, I would fight for you, yeah, I'd lie for you. Walk the wire for you, yeah, I'd die for you. You know it's true, everything I do for you. The entire stadium erupts in cheers as Izuku blushes, rubbing the back of his head as he looks up to the stands to see his mom, Melissa, and Eri smiling down at him. Later, Izuku exits the locker rooms and is about to make his way back to the others when suddenly he hears someone behind him looking to see that it's Mirko. So you beat me, she says with a small smile. Oh why yeah I guess I did. Izuku says, blushing as Mirko gets closer, pinning him to the wall. Then I guess it's time for your reward, she says seductively, about to kiss him, but then. Daddy. Izuku and Mirko turn as Eri runs over and hugs Izuku. Daddy, you did it. You beat Ms. Bunny Lady. Eri says, smiling, making both Izuku and Mirko feel like their hearts are gonna explode from cuteness overload. Izuku smiles only to feel something soft on his cheek as he looks over to see Melissa smiling, realizing she kissed his cheek again as she blushes shyly, only to freeze when she sees Mirko glaring at her, jealous with a tick mark on her head. Izuku then turns to his mother. Mom, have you seen All Might or Mr. Shield? Izuku asks, wondering why his mentor, father, did not come see him fight. Him and David are working on a special project, Inko says, nervous, hoping that All Might and David have the machine finished. Oh, I see, I was hoppin', duh, grrragh. Izuku suffers another breakdown, realizing what's happening. He begins to panic. And no, not now. Deku, Melissa asked, concerned. Daddy, Eri asked, coming closer. And no, Eri, I have to, gah. He shouts, holding his head in pain, getting the attention of other people, including one who begins recording it live. Daddy, are you okay? Izuku turns around, his eyes glowing green as his body begins malfunctioning. Grr rag ah. Rough. Daddy. Ah. Eri yells as Deku hits her with 1% full cowling as Melissa and Inko rush to the little girl's side as everyone else wipes mouths open from what just happened as Izuku stops malfunctioning to see his adopted daughter in Melissa's arms. Daddy. Eri asks, tears in her eyes as Izuku just stands there shacking, horrified, as if he just did the most horrible thing in his entire life. No, Izuku says, looking at his hands. Daddy. Eri asks, immediately realizing that what Izuku just did wasn't his doing. And no, Eri s, stay back. I am too dangerous. Izuku yells before running away. Daddy. Izuku. Deku, wait. Eri. Melissa and Inko yell as everyone, even Mirko, stand there shocked. Back at UA in the gym, everyone, especially Mirio, Najire, Tamaki, Kota and the other girls, are horrified by what they just saw. Izuku, the green-haired cinnamon roll of Class 1A, attacked and hurt Eri, the very girl that had grown to love Izuku and saw as her father. Holy fuck, Aizawa says, shocked. Deku, what is happening to you? Ochako asks, feeling her heart breaking as they keep watching. Eri, are you okay? Inko asks as she, Melissa and Mirko immediately examine her injured cheek. I'm okay, but why did Daddy hurt me? Inko looks down. This has gone on long enough. Eri, Melissa and even Mirko deserve to know what's happening to Izuku. Izuku is, Inko, Melissa. The four turn to see All Might and David Shield together, with David pulling a huge blast machine. Papa, where have you and Uncle Might been? Melissa demands. Young Midoriya, where is he? Toshinori asked, grabbing her shoulders. He ran away after hurting Eri. Melissa says as the two look at Eri, understanding what happened. Grandpas, something's wrong with Daddy. Eri says, tears in her eyes. It wasn't his fault. Midoriya is malfunctioning, and we don't find him soon, he'll die. David says, horrifying everyone, including everyone watching from UA. What did he just say? Fuyumi yells, horrified to see Natsuo looking at the TV in shock while Shoto is trimming, terrified of the idea of his friend dying. Auntie, what are they saying? What's wrong with Deku? Kota asked, beginning to shack, scared, tears forming in his eyes to see Mandalay, Pixie Bob and Ragdoll just as terrified as him. I don't know, she says, fear in her voice, feeling completely unable to do anything. In fact, that's how everyone feels. Everyone, please calm down. I'm sure Midoriya will be alright. Nezu says, trying to calm everyone down. You knew something was wrong with problem child, didn't you? Aizawa asks as everyone looks at the Fury principal wanting an answer as Nezu sighs providing to explain what happened when Midoriya was only 4 years old and how his molecules weren't fully charged. However, to avoid the gym becoming a war zone, he chooses to leave Endeavor's involvement out of the picture. But Endeavor knows the truth and is horrified by his own actions, and realizes that if Izuku dies, that was it. Rei, Fuyumi, Natsuo and Shoto will never forgive him. The race to find Izuku Midoriya has begun. Melissa holds Eri in her arms, rubbing the back of her head, trying to calm the crying girl down, leaning on the fusion chamber with all might. Inko, her father and Mirko out looking for Izuku. Shish. It will be okay. Daddy will be okay. Melissa says, trying to not think about the possibility of Izuku dying, the boy who has a true heart of a hero and who saved her and her father may not survive. But then it hit her, she can call him. Melissa immediately puts Eri down, gets on her knees and pulls out her cell phone, calling Izuku. Come on, please answer your phone, she says. Izuku walks through a park. He has never felt so horrible in his entire life. Izuku, you idiot, you hurt her, you hurt your own daughter, you can never be a hero now, he says, crying as he hears his phone ring. Daddy, are you there? I need you, please come back. Eri begs, crying. Eri, I'm so aw. Izuku screams, suffering his final malfunction, charging OFA into both arms, creating a shockwave that shacks the ground. Hearing his screams, both Melissa and Eri look up at the massive wave of wind, and without a second thought, Eri grabs the front of the fusion chamber and runs before Melissa can probably react. Eri, wait! Melissa yells, immediately chasing after her, with all might. Inko, David and Mirko doing the same. Eri arrives at the park to see everything either broken or tipped over, with the people there still recovering from the blast, as Eri notices a giant crater and in it. Daddy! Eri yells to see Izuku, his arms both broken in a pool of his own blood. Eri! Izuku asks, barely able to stay awake. Eri, stay away, I'll hurt you. Izuku says in pain. No, I'm here to save you, I have to get you into Grandma Shield's machine. She says as she begins dragging Izuku towards the fusion chamber, unaware that the people who recovered from the blast are watching and recording what's happening. Back at UA, everyone is nervous as the screen turns on to show Eri putting Izuku inside a glass machine. What is Eri doing? Fuyumi asks, Gliching, confused. Eri closes the glass as she notices the beeping meter that's about to be empty as Eri tries to push the lever down. However, because of her small stature she struggles at first, but with all her strength manages to bring the lever down, activating the fusion chamber, as a green glow fills the inside, giving Izuku the energy he needs. Eri puts her hands on the glass, looking at her injured adoptive father. Daddy, you're gonna be okay now, please be okay. She says, tears falling. Izuku, despite the pain and the fact that his arm is broken, manages to raise his hand to the glass, putting it on hers. Eri, I'm sorry. Izuku says, a tear falling before lowering his hand, his eyes shutting as Eri begins to panic. Daddy, wake up please. Eri yells as everyone watching feels heartbroken, while everyone back at UA, Ochako, Momo, Koikafua, Najire, the other girls and Kota are crying, the latter screaming and begging for Izuku to wake up. As Mandalay embraces him tightly, tears falling down hers, Pixie Bob's and Ragdoll's cheeks as Tiger hugs them all, while Shoto and Natsuo hug their crying sister. Eri turns to see Melissa, who freezes seeing Izuku laying motionless in the machine, feeling her heart immediately shatter into pieces, tears falling down her cheeks as she puts a hand over her mouth, about to approach, but then. Move it out of the way, hurry before, oh no. David says, seeing Midoriya inside the fusion chamber, his eyes shut. Grandpa! Eri yells, running over to him and grabbing his hand. Grandpa! It's not working. Eri yells, pulling David to the machine as he cheeks to see that the fusion chamber is on and working, but then he checks the meter to see it's completely empty. I'm sorry, we're too late. No. All Might screams in agony, falling to his knees. He had failed. He failed everyone. He failed his master, Inko, and his son. Izuku. Inko screams, crying, fountains falling to her knees as Melissa hugs the heartbroken mother, also crying. Mirko looks at Izuku's lifeless body, trembling. She was a heroine, the highest-ranking heroine for that matter, but she had been so focused on beating Midoriya that she didn't see how much he truly needed her help, and now he was gone. as her ears fall down, tears falling down her cheeks. David's shield is devastated. The light and peace that All Might had created had died in Izuku as he turns off the fusion chamber, lifting the glass, taking out Izuku's broken and lifeless body. No, Eri yells, trying to take him from David as he hands Izuku to her. Eri, there's nothing you can do, he's gone. David says, going over to All Might. It's all my fault, I failed him. Toshinori says, tears streaming down his cheeks. Back at UA, Katsuki Bakugo stares at Izuku, tears threatening to fall, remembering all the years that he bullied him for being quirkless, but remembering one thing above the rest. You wanna be a hero so bad. I've got a time-saving idea for you. If you think you'll have a quick in your next life, go take a swan dive off the roof. Bakugo thinks, and now here he is laying on the ground, that little girl holding on to him. Eri keeps crying, holding on to Izuku as she speaks. Daddy, you and Uncle Mirio saved me. I'm sorry I couldn't save you. You're my hero, Daddy, and I'll always love you. Eri says, hugging him tightly. Everyone gosses silent, mourning the loss of the young hero that saved their home from Wolfram, while everyone back at UA, including Mirio, Kota, Ochako, Momo, Fuyumi, the other girls, and even Shoto, are crying, while others like Tamaki, Bakugo, Kirishima, and Mr. Aizawa lower their heads, Aizawa feeling especially guilty since Izuku was one of his best students and he wasn't able to do anything to save him. Then suddenly the horn on Eri's head begins glowing as Izuku's charge meter begins beeping back to life and rising rapidly. Eri suddenly feels a hand take hers as she opens her eyes to see Izuku's arms fully healed, with his hand in hers, leaving her completely speechless as Izuku opens his eyes. Hey Snowball, he says, smiling. Daddy, Eri yells, crying tears of joy, laughing, hugging him as her horn stops glowing. Izuku, Inko yells as she, Melissa, and Mirko rush over to them as both All Might and David look at Izuku's meter to see his molecules now recharged completely, while everyone back at UA has their mouths open in shock. He's alive, Fuwa yells, crying tears of joy as everyone starts cheering and clapping. He's okay, Deku's okay, Kota yells, crying, hugging the three girl pussycats who are crying as Tiger hugs them all while laughing. Eri, I don't know if I was intentional or not, but either way she saved him. Mirio says, smiling, wiping the tears from his eyes. Ochako, Momo, Koika, Najire, Fuwa, and all the girls are laughing and crying tears of joy, hugging each other. Are their brothers in Fuyumi's case. They had all almost lost him without telling him how they felt, and now when Izuku returns, all of them, including Midnight, Mount Lady, Mandalay, Pixie Bob, and Ragdoll, well, tell him how they fell as Momo raises her hand. I think we should all talk and work something out, since it's clear we all love Izuku and want to be Eri's mother. She says, with Fuyumi, Ochako, Najire, Fuwa, and the other girls nodding in agreement with the guys, including Shoto, sweat dropping. Good luck, Midoriya. Kaus, you're gonna need it when you return. He thinks, smiling, shaking his head. Back on Island. But how is it possible? David asks, smiling, as All Might simply shrugs, grinning as he and David also go over to check on Izuku. Daddy, are you okay now? Eri asked. Izuku smiles, gently wiping away her tears. Yes, Eri, Daddy's okay now, because of you, my little heroine. He says, hugging her tightly. Izuku. Both Eri and Izuku looks up, only for Inko to hug them both super tightly. I'm so glad why you're okay. I thought I lost you. She says, crying fountains of tears as Izuku smiles, tears falling down his cheeks. I'm okay, Mom, thanks to Eri. He says, looking down as Inko smiles. Eri really is an angel because she just saved her son's life, as Inko takes Eri from Izuku, hugging her granddaughter tightly. Deku. Izuku looks up only to feel Melissa kiss him hard on the lips. Izuku is shocked at first, with Mirko and the girls at UA watching with tick marks on their heads before releasing. I love you so much. Melissa says, crying, hugging him. Jealous and angry, Mirko pushes Melissa away from him as she grabs Izuku's cheeks and kisses him roughly on the lips, and this wasn't at all like Melissa's. This was a full-on tongue war kiss that Mirko was dominating. She then releases before rubbing her chin on his head, marking him as her own as he falls back, his face redder than Endeavor's fire. That was your reward for beating me. You can call me Rumi from now on because it looks like I'm your new girlfriend and that little girl's new mom. She says, grinning, turning to look at Eri still in Inko's arms. He's got a girlfriend. And Eri has a mom. That's me. Melissa yells glaring. What? You wanna go blondie? Blonde? I'm not against sharing them, and I'm not going down without a fight. She says, grinning confidentiality as Melissa glares. Why is Mommy and Ms. Bunny Lady fighting? Eri asks. Well sweetie, you're looking at your dad's newest girlfriend. She says as Eri looks at Izuku. Does this mean I have another mommy? She asks as Izuku chuckles. Yeah Snowball, I guess so, he says blushing as Eri goes up to Rumi as the rabbit heroine picks her up and kisses her cheek, before rubbing her chin on her as well, marking the little girl as her daughter. Young Midoriya, Toshinori says, hugging him and Eri tightly, briefly going into his muscle form before changing back. All Might was so relieved. Izuku Midoriya, his successor, is alive, his cells now completely recharged. Come on son, I think it's time we all go on vacation, he says, smiling shock IMG Izuku as revels tickets to Hawaii. SpongeBob narrator. Much later, on the Hawaiian island of Kauai, two families and their friends are having a party celebrating Izuku's survival. Okay, is everybody ready? Izuku asks, about to set the video recording to live. Yes daddy, everyone says as Izuku and everyone gets into position, all wearing hula dresses, even Rumi, as the music starts playing. Iku le I hel myoi. Ikai na yyok kai, uli iho. My, uva oi iku le hiwa. I aloha wa oi na kaua kau. Chorus. A ne I, o, iku le. I will love you always. Ke ku oi miau, o, apili pa mau. I will love you always. I will love you always. Oh my beloved child, come and see the riches of the deep blue sea. Don't cry, oh my precious one. I shall love you always. Everyone is dancing, doing the hula, though All Might is struggling, having never been much of a dancer, making him. Inko and David laugh as Izuku is dancing. Rumi leans in, kissing his cheek, making him blush as she winks at him, still dancing as Eri is doing the hula perfectly. Chorus. You there, oh, my beloved child. I will love you always. When you stand with me, oh, and cling together as friends. I will love you always. I will love you always. Then as the music continues, Eri rushes over and hugs Izuku tightly. I love you daddy. Izuku smiles, kissing her head. I love you to Eri. Izuku says as the two hug each other, as Melissa comes over and kisses them both, smiling while crying tears of joy. I love you both so much, she says as the three hug, and then Toshinori gets on one knee in front of Inko, and smiles, looking up at her. Inko Midoriya, I may no longer be the symbol of peace, and to be honest I don't need that to be happy. I have you, young Midoriya, Eri, David and Melissa, along with so many amazing people, but there's still something I need to do. He says, opening a box holding a wedding ring, shocking everyone who is watching, including everyone back at UA. Inko Midoriya, will you marry me? He asks with a hopeful smile. Chi Toshi, she says, beginning to cry, and hugs him tightly, crying fountains of tears. Yes, Toshi, I will marry you, I love you so much. She yells as All Might smiles, putting the ring on her finger as the two kiss. Principal Nezu, the staff and even Aizawa smile, happy All Might has found love, then. Yes, I knew it, Midoriya is All Might's secret love child. Shoto yells, celebrating, while Natsuo, Fuyumi and everyone else just look at him, sweat dropping. Izuku smiles, tears in his eyes, before hugging All Might and his mom tightly as the sprite of Nana Shimura wipes from afar, smiling, wiping away tears. I'm so proud of you, she says as Izuku picks up Eri with Melissa and Rumi by his sides as they look up into the night sky as they enjoy their week-long vacation together as a family. Chorus. I will love you always. The end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and now we will see you in the next video.